Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we are playing Legends of Aria again. It's actually been a week since I last streamed or played anything, to be quite honest, because I have this new work thing that I'm working on that I've been super inspired to be doing, and I've just been putting all my time and efforts into that, and I haven't really been inspired to even do any, I haven't really played video games too much in the past week because I've been just working so passionately on this thing this little project that I have going on. I might reveal more about that at some point. Anyhow, welcome to the stream, guys, and we are here now in where we left off a week ago. Was we were decorating the house, and I was running into some problems. So let's just have a little look at what was happening last time. I have a video up here. I'm not gonna tell you guys how I fixed it. So just put that music on pause for a moment, and let's just have a look at this clip that I made. So basically I was having an issue with this sort of invisible collision after I had decorated my house. And what is going on? How come this? Maybe I have to refresh this. Let me just see. That might help a bit. And there was this invisible collision thing. Okay, here we go. Finally. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Why isn't it playing? Very strange. Well, I guess we're not going to look at that after all. But basically what was happening, what I was trying to show in this, it zaps my character back a bit. Here we go. That's really bothering me now. You see that? What the hell is going on? And it wasn't the backpacks either. It's like there's something right there. I wonder if the server, the guy who manages this server, Harry. So yeah, that's what we were struggling with a week ago. And what had happened in last week's stream was when I was decorating the house, I was using to get everything aligned, like these bookshelves and everything perfectly aligned. I was using the trick, the so-called old school trick of, let me just get the UI back up and into view. The so-called old school trick of getting stuff aligned is to zoom into the game and then place the stuff in one of the corners of either the left or the right corner, way down here, and that way they will have the same pivot point or whatever you want to call that, anchor, and let me just check one little thing quickly. Yeah. So anyhow, so then as I was decorating during that stream, then someone came along and told me there's an actually better and a newer way to place stuff so you can get them aligned at the same spot. And they were showing me, they called it the bread technique. And basically what you do is you place a bread or whatever odd object which is not a piece of furniture, that any object really that does not have collision. And then they were instructing me to place it on the ground, lock it down, and then upon unboxing the furniture to target the tooltip of that item by pressing Control. So of course, as we all know, when you press Control, you get the little tooltip of the objects, and basically it was to unpack the furniture while targeting the tooltip of that object. And it could be really anything. We tested it out. It could be anything, doesn't have to be bread. It could be anything that does not have collision. So anyhow, that's what this person was showing me, and at first I was like, whoa, this seems like an even better system, because the beauty of that system was that you wouldn't have to, you could move around and just keep it locked down, and then always, if you wanted to add more things to it, then you could target again that same object to get this exact same alignment, whereas this old system of targeting the lower left or lower right corner. I guess, of course, the right one, I'm not sure, there's the icons on the right hand side, whether you could actually use the right corner. Anyhow, the problem with that one is you have to do it all in one go, because, you know, if you're sort of zoomed into this corner and then you're plonking a whole bunch of stuff down, after you move, then it's a different pivot point. So you would have to, like, for instance, all of these bookshelves I had to put down at the same time without moving. And Zaviz, hello. And I also saw, hold on. And Bloody Syndrome, hello to you as well. I saw you say something in the chat before it went live. So anyhow, so yeah, so that's what they were showing me. And at first I was like super excited at it. And the person was saying that this pivot system is actually the old way to do it. That's the old school way. So anyhow, everything seemed to go really well during the stream, and I was placing everything and decorating everything and using that new system. And then towards the end of the stream, I started to bump into that problem that we just saw from that clip, which was that there was these like invisible collision things. So even if after the stream ended, what I ended up actually doing was removing everything. I removed every single item from this house. So I have actually redecorated it because I wanted to see whether it's like any problem linked to any item in the building. And I actually completely 100% emptied this whole thing, and the invisible collision was still there. I was still bumping into it around this spot here. And then the next day, I logged on and it had gone. I'm not sure whether, like restarting the computer or the fact that the computer had been shut and then opened, meanwhile had maybe emptied something out of memory, or whether the server had possibly been restarted or something like that in between. But something emptied it out of the system and flushed it out, and then everything was back to normal. So what I did then is that I did not touch that new decoration tip that the person gave, and I just did everything old school by zooming into the game and using the lower left corner to place everything. So, and I have not had any collision problems since. So I'm pretty sure, guys. So if anyone out there had seen last week's stream and you were all trying this new method of placing stuff, I strongly suspect that my collision problems were due to that. So I would not recommend using that because I've never had such issues before. It's too much of a coincidence that just when I started to use that, and also I was saying in my stream that I didn't have that collision in the beginning of the stream, and it was only after I had started to do that bread method, or this tooltip method rather. So yeah, I'm not going to touch that system, and even it like when you place something in the lower left corner, that's nothing game breaking in any way. It's simply you're zoomed in and you're just making sure that you place it in the same spot. Whereas unpacking a piece of furniture on top of a tooltip, the game is not designed for that. So it sort of makes sense that, I'm sure that the programmers didn't expect people to be unpacking furniture on top of a tooltip, right? So, it doesn't seem like it's necessarily a very good thing to do. But yeah, anyhow, so today's stream is going to be all about the new update. I have not logged on after the new update. This is the first time logging on. And apparently now the horses, if you want to get these packable horses, they're called Ethereals, sort of like in Ultima Online. And to get one of those, you have to cast Etherealize spell or something like that. And to get one of those, well, I've been gathering alchemist ingredients for the longest time, so I have a whole bunch in storage, but I have not made an alchemist yet. So alchemists can apparently make those scrolls. No, actually, I'm wondering now. I was checking. is it an alchemist or is it inscriber? Like this now confuses me actually, because I was like looking at the discussions on Discord, and people were talking about an alchemist. But you know, today the title of today's stream is like making an alchemist anyway, so I'm not going to get hung up on that. I'm not sure now if it's alchemists or whether it's inscribers, but I've been meaning to make an alchemist for a long time, so that's going to be the focus for today. And the very first thing I want to do actually is we want to get like the alchemist room set up, so it's almost done. And all I really need to do is make a chest. So make a chest for all the ingredients, and then I need to go fetch them from the other house, and then we need to create a character for that purpose, to make a new alchemist character. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is make myself some kind of container to bring those materials into, and a chest would be I wonder if I should just use a backpack actually. Maybe we can just use a backpack. Now did I have any leather up here? I could just make a pouch and I could put it on one of the desks over there. Yeah, let's do that. So let's just grab a little bit of leather and make a few pouches. Always need pouches in this game. So let's make a few of those. Always good to have those to sort your stuff. Yeah. So, what are you guys all up to? What do you guys think of the update? What have your experiences been with that so far? Has anyone managed to make themselves an Ethereal mount yet? And how do those feel? And does anyone know? Is it an alchemist or is it an inscriber? Because this confuses me now, actually. Because usually inscribers make the scrolls, right? But I could swear I saw on Discord that it's alchemists who have to make those. So does anyone know? Let me just check one thing. And hello, Perihelion. It's funny, you know. Like, I didn't see your message before either. And how are you doing tonight? And it's only when I go to actually OBS that I see the messages. Like, I'm not getting the messages at all on my Twitch. On my Twitch channel. I'm only seeing it in OBS. Look at this, guys. Let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's OBS. And you see how I'm seeing the messages here? And then here in Twitch, that chat is just completely empty. That's so weird. I wonder what's going on. There was some kind of update for OBS, but you would think that that would not have an... Oh. So Perihelion's message now showed to both of those. Okay. You're about to go to a meeting, Perihelion. I see. Well, good luck with that. Meetings are can sometimes be intense, or else they can be places where you just feel like falling asleep. And do you have too many meetings, or is the amount of meetings like suitable, Perihelion, at your work? Because I have been working at some places where there was just way too many meetings. It felt like 50% of the time was just sitting in meetings, and you didn't have like enough time to do the actual work. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of pouches now, and what we'll do next is we're going to go and just get a couple of them set up here in the alchemist's lair. And I actually want to, when I bring those like flasks and stuff over, I want to actually decorate these tables a little bit and make it look a little bit more mystical. But for now, let's just lock down a couple of these. I need to actually go and get the menu from the sign over here. Oh, yours are practical. That's good. That's good to hear, Perihelion. So they're actually useful meetings then. Actually, let's put a couple of these down. Or should I just put one? I'll put one, and I'll separate stuff within the pouch maybe. Lock that down. And then put that on the desk. Seems like a logical spot. Oh, yeah, we need to get the music back actually. Let's just restart up Winamp. I was wondering, like, something felt off there. I wasn't quite able to figure out what that might be. There was the music missing actually. So can I now access this? You cannot see that. I thought that might happen. I wonder if it's because of the chair. Let's just let's move it east a bit. Yeah, now I can access it. And let's just get into a little bit of a better rotation here. Make it look realistic. And then a little bit to the west, a little bit to the south. Now, can I still access it? Yes, good, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go and fetch all of the alchemist ingredients. So let's just get on our horse here. And is there anything I should get off of my get out of my inventory? Oh, so here's the first thing that we're noticing now from the new update. So of course this horse was a statue, and from what I understand, the old pet statues, or the horse statues rather, apparently once you bring it into the world, you cannot then, now of course there's no way to dismiss it anymore, so the dismiss option is missing now, and this is how I heard that it was going to work. So I have to yeah, this is going to really change things actually. So this is my first experience with the new like horse update, and now we're also seeing it takes a long time to actually mount as well. Okay, interesting. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm not going to really enjoy these horse changes so much, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so what else do we need? We need to go, oh yeah, just let's empty all of the stuff out of the inventory, and we're gonna go and get, let's go and get those alchemist things, and then set up a new character. But yeah, about the house, I'm pretty, I have to say, so what I worked on further since the last stream, as far as getting this place decorated, was I set up this little kitchen area. That was something I was sort of struggling with last time. Wasn't quite sure what to do, and I kept on struggling with this like oven, how to put it, and I'm pretty happy with this now. It's we got a nice little work table set up here, and also I need to put some decorations still, you know, bits of wood and things like that, maybe some tools here on top of the carpentry table to make it look, you know, sort of like what you see here on the kitchen table, to make it look like you're actually working with stuff, but I haven't done that yet. But yeah, otherwise I have to say, oh, and I also worked on the alchemy room as well, so that was something that I didn't finish in last stream. But otherwise, I pretty much decorated it exactly like I had in last time's stream, and just had to redo everything because of that invisible collision. But yeah, it's all good now. No collision, and the place is beautifully decorated, and I'm pretty happy with this house. I love how it has these compartments it really feels, you know, cozy and I don't know, immersive somehow compared to a lot of the other houses. What did I need to do? Empty my inventory. Okay, so is there anything else I should, maybe let's just throw that in there as well. And I think, oh wait, 100. What is weighing me down actually? Oh, it's the horses actually. Oh, no. Do not summon that statue because we're not sure yet like what we want to do with those other pack horses. But it's those pack horses that are actually weighing me down there. They're like 10 kilograms each or whatever unit that you use in this game. But that's only, I think we have a backpack here that has like some stuff in it. There we go. What do we have in here? Nothing too special, but oh well. Let's portal over. I do have manifestation for my crafter. I will portal over to the small house. Here we go, small home. And we'll go and fetch all the alchemist stuff. So my crafter, she has 76 manifestation right now. And usually she gets a portal through after a few tries. It's only after around 70 that you start to succeed with the portal spell. So she's failing quite a few. Sometimes it just happens in the first go as well. I wonder if they did a change with not being able to make portals from inside a house, possibly. I don't think so. It would probably just have given an error message at that point, wouldn't it? Well, at least we got manifestation skill. I am going to have to probably lower this because I need to get all the crafting skills in there. So I probably will lower manifestation to 75 at some point. There we go, finally. So this is the other house. Oh, and that's an interesting thing as well about the new update. So apparently when you portal, the horse, you're dismounted from going through a portal. That's interesting. Actually, I don't want to mount because I need to fill up this pack horse anyhow. So interesting. I have to say that so far these horse changes are not impressing me very much, to be quite honest. So what all does an alchemist need anyhow? Let's just check here quickly. From the wiki. Alchemy. So what do we have here? Alchemy from the wiki. So they need reagents. They need blood and bone and eyes and vile blood, ethereal bones, and cactuses. Okay, cactuses I've actually seen in the sandy area, in the barren lands, was it? So now I know at least where to get those, because I collected a whole bunch of them just as decorations with my tamer a few weeks ago. So that's good to know that you can, or that we need those as well at some point. So yeah, so we need to gather together some reagents. And also the alchemist stuff. So here is all the alchemist stuff. Weight 188. Does this actually, I heard about a bug that if you drag stuff onto a pack horse, it might vanish completely. So it's better to open the backpack and then put the stuff in. I'm not sure if that bug has been fixed or not, but people were talking about it on somebody's stream, and I wasn't even aware of that one. So guys, be careful about dragging stuff directly onto a horse. I have not had issues myself yet with stuff disappearing that way, but good to be aware. So there's all of that stuff. What else should we take with us? The reagents, at least. And there is more over here. Let's just put that. Let's pool them all together. Just take all of these potions, actually. Oh, what am I doing? That was not intended. Yeah, the rest of it can... Oh, there's some lemongrass. Definitely want to take that. Okay, what else do we have here? We need the reagents. Now, where are my reagents? Because I had to do some reorganizing. There's the reagents. Oh, and we have a whole bunch of pouches now, so let's make use of them. So there's an empty pouch. Let's put that in the horse. And what reagents now do they need? Is it all kinds? Ginseng, lemongrass, mushrooms. Are there any moss? I'm not seeing moss here at all. Lemongrass, mushrooms, ginseng, but no moss. Interesting. Okay. So we will, how do we have, how many? Oh, we have tons. So let's just take 1,000 of those. How much does that weigh, actually? 100. And our pack horse is now at 234. Oh, pack horse can fit 10 still. Let's just put them in there. And then we don't have too much lemongrass. Let's just take all the lemongrass that we have. And then ginseng we have tons of as well. Let's take 1,000 of those as well. And this should definitely get our alchemist started off nicely. So, man, it takes ages to actually mount our horse, doesn't it? So now we are going to go heading over back to the other house and just use our portal again. Oh, so she dismounts already upon making the portal. Okay, that is weird. I wonder if that's intentional or whether that's like a bug of the new update. I don't really understand why they have it that way, that you dismount from making a portal. I wonder if that's intentional. It feels really bad though, like really annoying. Okay, and now nighttime has come, and you can really like see how cozy this is looking now with all the lighting in place. I'm really super pleased now with how this house is looking. And one thing that's like the major thing that's missing right now really from the house is a few decorations here and there just to make it look lived in and used. But also I think what I'll do probably in my next stream is I need to set up the merchant area here on the porch. And I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying, that house sign thing. I think they should have put the house sign, I don't know, somewhere. It's really annoying on a lot of these houses that the house sign, you go to like open the door and you're clicking the house sign. I know I am not the only one that has, that suffers with that. I've seen so many people like complaining about that same thing. Just bad usability. And Omslaw, how do I like the house changes? So when you say house changes, what do you mean by the house changes? I have to say I'm not completely up to date on all the new changes. So are there some big changes to houses? I know that there's supposed to be changes to the death and then the horses, but oh, the tax thing, isn't there? There's yeah. So I saw the patch notes. So wasn't it so that now you could pay the taxes so that they're automatically taken from the amount of money that you have in the bank, something like that? And then taxes, I saw them mention somewhere that, was it so that taxes, there's less taxes now? Are very cheap now. And houses are very Aha! Okay. Let me just get this horsey to stay here. You stay there, horsey, and let's go check what our taxes are now. Oh my goodness. So it's a good thing that I already got all my houses then on both this server and Crimson. Weekly tax? 13 silver? What? But you know what now kind of pisses me off is that I put a lot of, like, I had paid up the full, the full amount that you can pay. What is it, 3 weeks or something like that? So all of that gold is gone. Get your tax return. Hey there, Schneider. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Omslaw. I forgot to actually greet you as well. So you can get a tax return? So, or is that just like, are you just sort of joking around? Oh my gosh, that door is annoying. Okay, well, my goodness, those taxes, oh my gosh, that's interesting. I have to actually like chew on this for a moment. How do I feel about the changes? At the bottom of the manage you were at the mange you were at, it said claim tax return. Okay, let's have a look. Claim tax return. Okay. Claim tax return of 1 gold, 81 silver. Nice. Has been returned. So did it put it here? This is weird because I had 1 gold actually in my pouch, I think. So it's almost like it didn't merge it with my previous like money amount. Huh. Now I actually want to test with Malena. I wonder if she has any money on her right now. Oh, it's in the bank? Because in my pack now I have 180. Hold on. 179 silver, so hold on. So I wonder if this thing still works. You know how you can get a pile to be smaller, like to be condensed if you pay taxes a little bit. And actually I'm not even seeing a pay taxes like button here now. So where is the tax payment button? Or is it just that it's so full up right now that it's not, it automatically just disables like the button completely if you have it full up? Maybe that's the case then. Huh, interesting. Oh, I had if you put the silver together, that's what I was wanting to test. Yeah, Ohm's law. So yeah, so I guess it's all in the right condition then. Right. I see. I see. I have to say though, you know, like from a sort of like usability perspective and a sort of UX perspective, because I've done a lot of like UI, game UI, my feeling is that there should the tax button should always be visible, but it's simply disabled and has a tooltip upon taking your cursor over it. It would say something along the lines of, you have your taxes fully paid up, or something like that. It disturbs me that the button is not in view. I just as you guys witnessed yourself, like I'm like sort of pausing here, like what the hell is going on? Where is the button? I think it should be there, but just disabled, just sort of like transparent or darkened or something like that. Yeah, that's very true, Umsla. That is very true that I did find that like it was this every week I was like stressed out about getting the taxes paid up. And it felt like a chore, especially now that I have 4 houses that I'm paying taxes for. So I have 2 Legends of Aria accounts, and then I have the 2 houses on Crimson Sea that I haven't had the heart to like demolish, because you know, maybe I will return to Crimson Sea one of these days if they make some big improvements to how like PvE and PvP is like handled. So I don't want to, and they're in nice spots as well, the houses that I have there, so I don't want to like demolish those. So you know, it's been like trying to get every week, trying to get taxes paid for 4 houses has been a bit stressful. So this house was 33 gold when I bought it. I wonder what this now costs, actually. So I wonder how much they actually like. We might actually go and check. What we can do is we can go check the house prices when I make the alchemist character, and she starts off in the town. So we'll go check what the carpenter says about the house prices there. So anyhow, we were about to put all of our like alchemist crap here into our new little secure pouch, and we have everything good to go. Yes. So the next thing we're going to do, guys, is we are going to go and roll. Now I have to think what I think I'll make the alchemist actually on this account, because I think I have more character slots like empty on this one. 2 platinum. 3 or 2 platinum. Oh my gosh. Do you guys, oh my gosh, that's a huge amount. But you know, I think that does make sense in a way, because you know, it is a little bit of a feeling that once you get a house, especially if you get like one of the biggest houses, it's like, okay, what do I do now? Like, it's a huge achievement, and it should not be something that you can get very easily, especially this largest size. So that sounds like a lot of saving to get something that big. Okay, interesting. Okay, so now we shall log out of this character, and we're going to set up our new alchemist. So yeah, interesting changes. Oh, I almost went to Crimson. And let's give her a name of Farabeen. And let's just see if there are any changes to any updates to the character. No, still same old like options here on the character selection. It would be nice if they brought like more options. This feels a little bit lacking, I think, at this point. And I also, you know what, I also wish that we could like rotate the character. I mean, that's pretty much every MMO, you can rotate the character. I don't know why they wouldn't implement some kind of rotation here, but every time I want to do that, because you want to be able to see the hair from the back, right? Let's go for that face, actually. It's one of my favorite faces. And skin tone, I wonder if we should choose something that we've never chosen before. Not really a fan of the really pink skin tones. That's a little bit overly bright. Maybe we'll go with that one. And then hair. So this is one of the reasons you would want to definitely rotate the characters, because you want to see what the hair looks like from the back, right? So the bun, for instance, this, you know, I cannot see a bun from the front view at all. I would want to see how that looks from the side and stuff. This is the hairstyle that I always take for all my characters, but let's do something different this time. So, alchemist. No, I don't want to go bald. Maybe we'll go for... Maybe we'll go for the bun with this character then. But what hair color? Let's see. Maybe she can have silver hair or gray hair rather. Or should we go for something wild? And also, I don't like how the black hair color is like just doesn't have any detail, that it's completely, you know, it could be a little bit of a little bit lighter so that you could still at least see some detail. That also bothers me. Let's go for that one actually. And let's put her into a short sleeved shirt and then a skirt. And okay, alchemist. Now what skills? Let's go to advanced. So of course alchemy is the #1 thing that we want. I wonder, does an alchemist need magery, like manifestation or anything? Let me just see what the wiki says here. Nope. No information here. Because wasn't it so that like in Ultima Online an alchemist had to have like magery, or was that the inscriber? Now what other skill should I take? Well, let's take manifestation in that case if she doesn't have, because I want her to be able to portal around at some point. Maybe she could also be my inscriber character at the same time. So she'll be sort of like this, like a crafter, but from the magical side of things. Inscribing. Let's take that as well. And what else should she take? She doesn't really need any fighting skills. Maybe she could be a cook as well. Yeah, let's go for those ones. And if I've messed up my skills somehow, I can always buy them from the. I can always buy them then from the trainer NPCs. I'm gonna go to Elder Village and then trot her over to the house. But before we do that, let's go check the prices of the houses in the carpentry shop and just compare to what they used to be. So I'm assuming that the old prices are still here somewhere. Let's see. Housing. Here we can see the old prices of everything. Okay, what does she look like now with her bun? Oh man, that is like a tight little bun. Ugh. That thing is ugly as hell. Like, look at that tight little round. Like, it's not a nice fluffy bun at all. Like, I like the bun that you have in World of Warcraft, at least for the old vanilla, like, characters. That thing looks ridiculous though, you know? That thing looks so ridiculous that I'm actually I can't deal with this character, guys. We're just gonna make a new one, and I'll delete this later. Apparently you have to wait for a week. So we'll just quickly make a new. I'm gonna go with my classic hair choice. I can't deal with that hair. I really can't. They also made the materials. Oh, that when you're building the house. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's a good thing though, that it does take a long time to actually work on the house. Okay, we're gonna just do this very quickly. Same thing as before, but just change her hair color to, or the hairstyle. Female, face, skin tone, hair, that one. Hair color, that one. And advanced, alchemy. You know what I wish? I wish you could just press this down and then it would go automatically all the way up to the end. I hate that you have to click that like over and over again. And manifestation. Yeah, like exactly, Schneider. I mean, the thing is that, like, you know, I think if I don't do that now, I'm gonna always be bothered by that, like that silly bun, and it's just gonna eat away at me. So it's best to just like start all over again and not have to feel like bothered about that. I do wish we could rotate the character though, to be able to preview what those hairstyles look like. If I would have been able to rotate the character, then I would have been able to immediately see that bun looks ridiculous. So yeah, they need the rotation for sure. Yeah, I will. I know I will. And the thing is, I'm a role player as well, so, you know, those kinds of things, like how the character looks, that really actually... like in a lot of MMOs, obviously in this one we're not able to customize our characters very much, but in other MMOs where you can do a lot of customization, I can literally spend hours customizing my character. Now this looks so much better. This is my favorite of the hairstyles, and it just looks so much nicer. Okay, let's go quickly check the house prices. And then run her over to the house, which is very close to Elder Village, actually. So, looks like weren't these stands? I could swear that these stands were more to the right before. So, what does it say here? So Tudor House Birch, that used to be, I think it was about 5, wasn't it? About 5 gold before. Tudor House Birch. Oh, they've updated the prices already to the wiki. That's fast. Because usually the wiki has like really outdated stuff, but I could swear that this used to be about 5 gold. Yeah. So actually we can see the prices here then. So how much does my, oh no. No, hold on. The tavern that I have is 33, that's how much I paid for it. But that of course you cannot see here. But they haven't updated this price at least. So wasn't the Tudor Birch house, I could swear it was about 5 gold before. Or was it actually the 10 gold? At least this price. I'm not sure anymore. Hey there, Vergent. Welcome to the stream. Actually, you know, I think I might. Let me just check something. I might actually have a list here. Hold on. Legends of Aria. Aloha houses. I had made this little chart. I had made this little chart of all the houses and the secures and the lockdowns because the wiki was lacking. So the price, Tudor House Birch, $9.75. Okay, so it still seems to be $9.75. So at least these prices haven't changed. Tudor House Mahogany. Tudor House Mahogany. Oh, there it is. 5 gold is the old price, and this is still 5 gold. So I'm not seeing actually any changes here with the house prices. Maybe it's just changed for the largest. Okay, so off we go, and we'll run over to the to our tavern and get started with alchemy then. Might as well run zoomed in. Is it? Yeah, it's stuck, or rather like that I don't have to change the setting. She will stay in this position. Maybe we can just go do it from this view instead. So what are you guys thinking about the new updates? Like about the horses and the taxes, and I have yet to like experience what the new death is like. And our house is really close to Elder Village, so I just have a little ways to run here. This is, of course, the Aria Europe PvE server, so there's still lots of room here to get like a house in a really good spot. On Crimson Sea, those spots would have been taken ages ago. Like when I started in the beginning of December, all the good spots around Elder Village were already gone, like ages before that. So, oh, and there's the little cactuses. I need to go and get some of those from the desert. Oh, they've done a nice job actually of, oh, that's very cool. That's really nicely done actually. Look at the decorations this person has put. They've used the kindling to make this kind of like creeping vine up the wall, and they have all these cactuses, and they've added a whole bunch of like mushrooms and stuff, because of course this house model is a weird one, as it seems to be like missing the plants that you will see on the hold on, where is it? So I can just show you guys what I'm talking about. So with the Tudor houses, the mahogany, it has these nice little plants here along the side, but then some of the houses seem to be missing, and it's this one here, the mayor. It's just these empty, you see these like empty like slots? You can see it in the picture. It's almost like they forgot to put the plants, like it was not finished or something, because, and that's what this person has, like that's how they've like solved the issue, is by putting a whole bunch of little decorations here. And are those what is up with these vases? I've never seen those vases. Are those part of the house? Because at least when I mouse over them, I'm not getting any tooltips, so it's almost like they're part of the house. Interesting. But those vases look really nice. I'd be interested. I wonder if their door is unlocked. I'd be interested to see what they... Yeah, no. But maybe we can peek by looking through the wall. Let's just see if we do this. Do they have anything inside? Like, sometimes it's nice to peek inside of people's houses by just looking through the... So they do have a few... Oh, there we go. See, they have some kind of nice little library with some pillows inside, and they have a fireplace. But surprisingly, they have not put a campfire there to give... Oh, they have a carpet as well. I need to get my hands on one of those carpets. So does anyone know how you get the carpets? Was that through fishing or treasure hunting or... But yeah, they've done a nice job here with making this very cozy. Who owns this place? Imah, apparently, or else this place is called Imah. I'm not quite sure. And Schneider, so as far as the update is concerned, you're okay with most of it, but the 60-second no loot on death seems excessive. 60-second no loot on death. Oh, they're taking it out. Okay, so what is the 60-second? What would that have been then? And here we are with our little alchemist, and we're going to put her right to work now. So I wonder if I can actually do the alchemy work sitting down. That would be quite cute. Sit. Okay, that's it's probably too far into the desk. And we could actually do some decoration as well. Let's just do a little bit. Let's get that house sign and put those alchemist flasks and stuff, and get all of her, like, her tools prepared. Make it look like she's actually at work with all of that stuff. So, let's see now. We definitely want some of these potions onto the table. And it's crazy how, like, I can understand the furniture collision bouncing the character around like that, but it's kind of weird that the items that don't actually have, like, proper collision still bounce your character. It's a little bit strange. Just move that over here. So when you died, no one could loot your body for 60 seconds. I see. So I guess that was done for the PvP side more rather. Okay, now that's a good height. Let's just put that over there. What else do we want to put on the table? One of these healing potions. Oh yeah, I can't access it because it's on this side. Hold on. And then we're going to lock that one down as well. And we definitely need an eyeball for that. Let's put an eyeball onto the table as well. Every alchemist has got to have an eyeball down there somewhere. And then what else? I wonder what the ethereal bones would look like. Does it give off a little bit of a smoke? I think it probably does. Probably gives off smoke when it's on the floor. Yeah, that would look kind of cool. So let's definitely put one of those on the table as well. What would this look like? Yeah, that's a nice looking bottle as well. What else does an alchemist need? Some reagents, of course. So Let's just move that lemongrass over there. Maybe some mushrooms. Lock down. And then maybe some ginseng. And then get that all nicely set up on the table. Like so. And let's choose this one. Hey there, Cleek. Welcome to the stream. You're asking, is there only official servers for now? For the update? Well, at least this is Legends. This is Aria Europe PvE community server. And Harry has updated the server, so we have the new changes on this server at least. I think it's up to the server owner to do the update. This server is exactly the idea of the server is that it's exactly like the official server, only difference being is that it's all PvE only. But there's no like changes to the game balance or to the map, or I'm not sure what all like server owners can actually like change, but no other changes have been made. Let's just put that one a bit to the back and just bring this one to the forefront a little bit, like so. And then eyeball, we gotta get that eyeball down somewhere. Now, of course, anyone who has seen my YouTube channel and who follows my Worm Online stuff, would know that I recently did a video about the craziest stuff that you can do in Worm Online. And one of the things that was mentioned there was the googly eyes. So, like Legends of Aria in Worm, you also get eyeballs from corpses once you butcher them. And so in Worm, a lot of people have been using the eyeballs to do like googly eyes onto objects. And I haven't tried doing it here in Legends of Aria yet, but it's quite funny to do in Worm. Let's just keep it one up and just take it to the south a bit. There we go. So I have yet to see anyone doing the googly eye thing here in Legends of Aria, but I'm sure you could. I wonder if we should do one actually, just to show you guys. I wonder if there's an object in my inventory that could be good for the googly eyes. But yeah, Legends of Aria would really allow you to do nice googly eye stuff with the controls that you have for decorating. Oh, Vergent, I'll give you the link. I'll give you guys the link, and I can just show you guys as well, like very quickly. Hold on. We can just have a little quick look at the sneaky peek of the googly eye section of that. You would just never. So the video is here, and the googly eyes, they're over here somewhere. No, over here. Here we go. Remember when I mentioned that you get body parts from butchering corpses? This also includes eyeballs. We all love to stick those plastic googly eyes onto objects and make them look silly. Well, now you can do it virtually in an MMO as well. The one person who really brought this into the limelight was Fabricant, a googly eye grand master, and also a fellow worm streamer. If you want to see him in action, I will include a link to his Twitch profile in the description below. It's quite cute. I have yet to see anyone doing the googly eye thing with in Legends of Aria, though. Have you guys seen anyone been doing that yet? I'm sure you could do a really good job of it with the controls that we have in this game, though. Okay, now let's get the rest of this stuff down. Oh, almost selected that bear there. And you know what else alchemists would need? They would need, like, you know, little tools and things like dishes and mixing cups and things like that. But for now, I think I'm just going to put these things, but I'm going to like add stuff like that. I think I need to get Safarina to craft some things to make it really look like, because obviously an alchemist is going to be mixing things together, right? So... And how is that annoying, that smoke there? Not too bad. I hope it's and it doesn't seem to be affecting like performance either. Like all of these types of effects, you know, do slow down the game a little bit, but they've been surprisingly okay actually in Legends of Aria for me. In a lot of games I actually have to disable them because my computer is quite old actually. Okay, so that'll do for now. That'll do for now. She can get started, but we need to move that that chair. Let's move the chair a little bit out so that she can actually sit on it. And now she can fit there. Yes, perfect. Okay, so she's going to get to work. Can she actually reach the alchemist table? Yes, she can. So that's awesome. So we can have her sit down at her desk and start doing the alchemy stuff. So let's see. Let's get started. What materials do we need? Blood and... oh, that's trivial. Okay, with the 30 alchemy that she took when I made the character, that's trivial. So we're not even going to do any of those. Lesser stamina potion. Mushrooms and an eye. Okay, we can start off with that. Or is there anything I wonder if I should just go for heal potions actually. Yeah, ginseng is something that I have, like, I always have more than enough of ginseng, so let's actually do heal potions. Lesser heal, let's get those organized a little bit as well. Lesser. Like so, lesser, and then the main one. Okay, good. So this one needs beast blood and, hold on. This is beast blood, yes. And where is her inventory? So beast blood and ginseng. And we'll just get started then. So this is the first time properly doing alchemy in the game. I also wish, like, speaking of wishes for the game, you know how this still looked like it was, that I was unable to do it? Because it didn't update. Like once the items had actually been added to my inventory, it did not update, it didn't refresh itself, so I had to sort of like re-click that view to get it to update that I do actually have those materials. And is she doing anything? I wonder if she is not able to do that while sitting down. Oh, hold on. Because I'm not seeing anything happen. I wonder if you have to be standing to do this at the alchemy table. Again, craft all? Nothing's happening. Oh, you cannot see that. Okay, so it doesn't like me sitting actually. So we're gonna have to just go stand at the alchemy table then. And what's the message we're now getting? I'm not getting any feedback of... You still can't see that. Interesting. Is it because of the table? I wonder. It might be that table, actually. Yeah, I'm suspecting it's that table. So it's not about sitting down, it's probably the table that it's sitting on. Let's just actually remove that. It's just a decoration anyhow. And Cleek, I have been playing since the beginning of December. But this is the first time actually like doing an alchemist. So let's release that table and let's see if that helps actually. Heal potion. Yes. Okay, that works now. Now I'm curious to see if I sit down, can I now use the alchemy table? Ah, so she automatically starts standing up. Well, maybe it's nicer this way anyway, because there's this little animation going on, so if she were to just sit at the table, then it would look kind of boring as well. So Cleek, are you playing Legends of Aria already? Or are you thinking about getting the game? Because you were asking about the servers? Oh, and now I actually understand your question. So you were asking, is there only official servers for now? So yeah, so you must be thinking of getting the game. I misunderstood your question earlier. So the game has... I can just show on my other account actually what it looks like right now. So let's just start up another client. So you're thinking about getting it. I see. Yeah, I know a lot of people are waiting for the Steam release. I'm not sure what the current status is on that. The last thing I heard was that they were promising sometime this spring. But you can buy the game, as you probably already know, you can already buy the game from their own website. So this is what server selection looks like right now. So you've got the 3 official servers, 2 for the US and the 1 for the EU. And actually, I'm not seeing the test server here, but that was still showing last week. Maybe they only put it up there when they're about to do an update, when they're ready to test stuff out. And then the community, if you go to the community tab, right now we can see what servers, like community servers, are up and running. So you've got some specific to countries, like this Italian one. There's a French one over here. There's the Legends of Ultima, which I guess they're trying to make it as similar to Ultima Online as possible. Role-playing server for PvP players. And I myself, I play on the Aria Europe PvE server, which is otherwise identical to the official servers. It's just fully PvE otherwise. Yeah, exactly, Cleek. Yeah, you can indeed. You can indeed. So, how are we doing now? We made ourselves some healing potions, and what is our skill gain? We got to 30.7 in that time, and then what are we gonna? Can we still do? What else do we? What else can we make now from our ingredients? So mana potion. I'm guessing that all of the lesser, all the lesser ones are trivial. Oh, except hold on. The lesser stamina potion isn't. But we should probably just go straight to these ones anyhow. So we used up all of our beast blood. I didn't have very many of those anyhow. We can do mana potions, or should I do stamina potions? Let's do mana potions. So cursed bones. Cursed bones. Those are normal bones. I guess the normal bones are used for these ones, aren't they? Yeah, they are indeed. Bones, ethereal, cursed bones. Okay. And mana potion, and we need lemongrass. I'm just realizing, actually, I don't have enough of these... I don't have enough materials actually to get very far with my alchemy today. So we're gonna have to probably think of something else to do. I was thinking actually of, one thing I've been meaning to do for the longest time is to go and check out Deception level 2. Because the one and only time that I went to Deception, the dungeon Deception to the level 2, that was when I had just started with my mage. So she just died pretty much immediately there. She was able to handle herself on the first level, but now she, of course, has much higher skills. So it would be I'm curious to see how she would manage on level 2 of Deception. So about the amount of people click on this particular server, it's a much more quiet server, this one, obviously, than the official servers. But there's enough people that you do bump into people in the towns and sometimes in the dungeons. But it's definitely like, I don't know what the sort of ratio would be of the difference. But it's quiet enough that, like, for instance, the cotton fields, so there's these fields where you can pick cotton endlessly. Like on the official servers, there's usually many people fighting for the cotton. Did she already quit? I think she did. Usually there's a lot of people fighting for the cotton. It can be quite annoying. On this server, there's so much less people that usually when I go to the cotton fields, there's nobody there. So for myself, like, I'm kind of like an introvert anyhow. I just like to do my own little thing. I'm not so social. So for me, this is actually perfect. I like the amount of players on this server. I like the fact that I don't have to compete with other people for mobs and for cotton and stuff like that. But on the flip side, the bad side is that there are, when you want to go and do like bigger things, the awakenings and things like that, there's not so many people to like go together with, to go together with, So yeah, I mean, the official servers, they have the PvE areas, but the problem is that you outgrow them quite quickly, and all the good stuff that you want to do to progress your characters actually is required. You have to go to the PvP areas to get the better ore or the better wood or the better animals to tame and stuff like that. So this one needs sickly eyes. How many sickly eyes do we have? 74. Okay, this is gonna work out a little bit better then. And then we need mushrooms. Sickly eyes, and where are our mushrooms actually? over here. Let's just put those away. First potions that we've done. And where are actually the... That's interesting. So she made a whole bunch of mana potions, but where in the heck did they go then? They didn't go in here, did they? No? That's... Or maybe she failed at making them. Let me just see what the... What does it say here? System... You fail and lose some materials. Yeah, she kept on failing. Okay. So that's why. But she's making gains, so I'll still stick to this even though she's failing. Because I don't really use the potions that much. Let's just shut those down there. So, put that back. And then she's gonna make... So this is what I mean is now I now have the materials to make stamina potions, but it doesn't refresh, it doesn't update that information here, so I have to just re-click this, and now you see that you can actually see not enough skill. Oh, okay. Oh, hello there, Malise Dragon. Welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for the raid. And welcome to the stream, everyone. And hey there, Stacy. Today we are working on my new alchemist. I just rolled her. And Malice, how was your stream? I don't think I've seen you on my stream before. Thanks again so much for the raid. Outlands raid. Oh, I see, Stacy. So this is your gang from Ultima Online. Aw, you guys. Thanks so much for dropping by. I usually play Sandbox MMOs on my streams. Either I'm playing Legends of Aria or else I'm playing Worm Online. I will play Ultima Online once in a while. I play on the Renaissance server. I still have my house, which I need to actually refresh, to be quite honest. And let me just see what you guys are saying here. So you had a good stream, Malice. That's good to hear. And yeah, Stacy has been talking about how awesome the Outlands server is. I might have to come and check that out one of these fine days. I mean, the thing with Legends of Aria, I'm sure a lot of you old Ultima Online players have been following what the situation is with Legends of Aria. You know, does it give that Ultima Online experience? And I would say that it definitely does. But compared to what all the juicy stuff that Ultima Online has, it's not as deep yet. I'm hoping that they're going to be, you know, adding a lot of stuff to the game. But it's definitely, it feels like it's not quite there yet. But visually, the game is amazing. It's very immersive. The graphics are obviously like, if we just have a look at the graphics here quickly, you know, the graphics are obviously gorgeous, and you can rotate your character around and zoom in and stuff. And but you know, it's not perfect yet. It is still in early access right now. Come to Outlands. Yeah, maybe one of these days I need to come and check it out. Like, the thing is that I want to first see, you know, how things go forward here in Legends of Aria, and I'm hoping that by Steam release, it's supposed to release to Steam sometime this spring, but they have been pushing forward the release dates again and again. So. And as far as housing is concerned right now, they just have a few templates. So you cannot make customizable houses. I'm not sure if you guys are supporting the customizable houses on Outlands or not, or whether it's like sort of old school, whether it's just like the classic houses. But yeah, I am happy, Blacklisted, with this house. I was in my last stream, actually, what we were doing was decorating this. It was completely empty back then, so I'm very proud of the nice decorations I've got going on here. Yeah, so we got our little alchemist started up here, and she's just learning how to do this for the first time, making potions. So she was not able to make stamina potions, not enough skill, so she needs 33 alchemy, and oh, you know what I need to set up? We need to add her skills to the favorites tab. So let's add alchemy. And then what else do we have here? Cooking. Inscription. And a major difference from UO is in Legends of Aria, your skill cap is 600 instead of 700, like in UO. I'm not sure what it's on the Outland server though. So I definitely feel it's a little bit tight to try and get your skills fitting into 600. Manifestation, which is the same as sort of magery, but for like healing spells. So in Ultima Online, of course, magery is just the one magery, but here it's split into offensive and defensive spells. You've got evocation for the damage spells, and then manifestation for the sort of beneficial healing spells and so forth. Okay, what was I gonna do? We were going to check the lesser stamina potion. Okay, so we need mushrooms and we need eyeballs. So let's see. Eyeballs, we have 20 eyeballs. Let's put those in there and we'll get to work making some of these then. So Malice, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna come and check some of your VODs to see what the life is like on Outlands. Let's see now. Let's go over here and follow. Yeah, I'll check it out. I will check it out later on. And you never know. I might be tempted to come and give Outlands a try. But Outlands, I'm assuming is like just like, what are the PvP rules on that server actually? Okay, so the second age style. I see. Stacy. PvP gangbang videos. Oh dear. Oh no. But the skill system is reworked. I see. Yeah. You know, the second age, that was the second age had just come out. Wasn't it in 99? But that's at least when I started first playing Ultima Online. And this is annoying, by the way. I just have to say that once you're finished, she just keeps on doing the animation, so you don't have a visual indicator that she's actually finished. That seems like it's a little bit unpolished. But yeah, I started Ultima Online in 1999. I played for 13 years straight. I'm not a PvP person myself, but I enjoyed UO back in the second age time. I did enjoy the fact that there were those nasty old PKs like lurking about, so it actually gave me some of my most exciting times playing the game. Still not enough alchemy. You know, if I think back to those second age times, you know, just going into the forest, chopping some trees, going mining, actually chopping trees, that was some of the most exciting crap ever, because I'd just be minding my own business and then I would see a red name come on the side of the screen, and you know, the choice, do I hide, do I go running, do I try and recall out of here? And most of the time I just, my first knee-jerk reaction was just go running or else to hide. But you know, those moments where PKs were like chasing me around the forests, the amount of, like, my heart was racing, my hands were actually shaking, the excitement, the thrill I felt from being like chased by PKs. It was, you know, it was horrifying, but it was also fun. Now, in Legends of Aria, there's some major differences to the PvP, like how it's set up here. So the problem in Legends of Aria compared to Ultima Online is that here you do not actually get the names on the sides of the screen when somebody is approaching you. So you have no warning whatsoever that somebody's incoming. And also another problem with Legends of Aria is that the way that the PvP areas are like zoned. So in UO, of course, you know, the PvE areas, the safe areas were the towns, and then you would go outside of town in any direction, and that would all be, you know, PvP area, right? So, but the thing is that when you went out of town, you could go in any direction, so the PKs couldn't camp, you know, entrance points. Whereas in Legends of Aria, they have it really weirdly set up that the you can't see it. Well, you can see one bridge over here, but this, for instance, is all PvP area, and you can see that there's this little bridge. So you have these sort of like choke points where PKs can actually camp on the other side, just wait for like innocent people to come through. So the way that they've set up the PvP areas is really strange to me. So I think that they really need to rethink some of those things. So Malice, you don't have a lot of PvP on your videos? Well, you know, I'm not a PvP player. I enjoy the little thrill of the PKs being around. I don't fight myself though. I just usually am just trying to escape. So that's absolutely fine. I'll check out like what you've been up to there otherwise. Damn PKs, yes. And hey there, Lit Yellow Bird. I'm assuming you came along with that raid. And Goofy. Stacy. Sometimes you just log on to UO and dance. So what is WBB? Oh, awesome. PK started that way. Oh, is like innocent people like running, trying to escape? You know what I do miss? I really miss from the old UO days. I miss playing with my my thief. My little thief was so much fun to play. And I would be always hanging around Moonglow, and I'd be naked, and then I'd role play when I did it. So I would sort of side up to somebody and say something like "Hello, handsome," and then be snooping their bags, and then I'd be chatting them up like I was socializing with them, and then I would, you know, take like a ship key or something out of their backpack, and then I would actually tell them that, you know, if they didn't notice, I'd say that, oh, it seems I have your ship key. And then I'd like go running all over Moonglow. And the funnest part for me about being a thief was not actually the stealing part. It was the chasing. I loved to be chased by like pissed off people trying to get their stuff back. I was so evil. Ah, West Britain Bank, yeah. Of course. I should have known, Stacy. I should have known. And hey there, Lucifer. Oh, that's a funny take on the name there you have. And let me just check something here. So I totally forgot to say that I totally forgot to say that thank you for the follow, Shamaximus. Thank you for the follow, Malice, Blacklisted, Lucifer. Thank you guys so much. And so do any of you from the Outland server, do any of you actually play Legends of Aria? Are you all devout Ultima Online players? Exactly, X-Flame. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I love to be hunted. It seems that way, doesn't it? Well, I think part of the reason it was so much fun for me back then during the Second Age time in 1999 was because I happened to live at that time. Everyone was using modems back then, so the connections were really slow for people. But I happened to live in a student apartment here in Finland that had the fastest cable connection in all of Finland. They were all connected up with the university, and so my connection was like super fast. So I would have this situation. Let me just show you guys. Actually, let's just have a little sneaky peek at my good old thieving days. And I'm not sure if any of you guys have actually been to my Ultima Online website. This is an old website I've had since those old days. I can just link that here in the chat if anyone's interested. But so I've had this website probably since the year 2000 or something like that, so it's very old school. But if we look at the screenshots here of my old adventures, where is the thieving stuff? Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, this was the situation most of the time. So since my connection was like so fast, they were walking on their horses. They were trying to go as fast as they could, but all they could do was just like walk, and I'd be running around, zipping around with my thief, with my fast connection. It was just hilarious. Let me see if there's another. Yeah, here's another. Yeah, here's a good example of that actually. See, like she's just. Yeah, here we go. She can just walk. He's trying to run as fast as he can, but he's so slow because his connection is, everyone was on modems, and I'm going on my like fast cable connection, just walking, and I could still outrun him. Yeah, those were fun times. Anyhow. And Shamaximus, you play both of the games. So Shamaximus, what do you think of Legends of Aria so far? And Lou, oh, I was in your stream the other night. Of course, I should have remembered. Let me just check here. Because I was like browsing through several Legends of Aria streams. I was just like looking randomly from who was streaming. And have you noticed, Lou, that actually there are not very many people streaming Legends of Aria actually? Let me just check and try and remember which of your streams it was. Or like, I remember this guy. Yes, I remember now. You had the music. We were talking about your music volume levels. I do remember now. Yes. And Shamaximus, you're loving Legends of Aria? And hold on, let me just see what you said here, Stacy. So Stacy, you made a sword Dexter thief, and you're stealing an axe and killing the guy with his own axe. Oh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm getting nostalgic thinking about the old Ultima Online times. So, how do you feel, Shamaximus, that they compare? Like, being a Shamaximus, you're being both a UO and a Legends of Aria player. How do you feel personally that Legends of Aria is still lacking in comparison to Ultima Online? And what did we need to do next? We needed to, let me see, what's our skill at right now? Alchemy skill is only 31, so we're going to have to make a whole bunch of, what do we have to make next? Do we even have like materials actually for, we've used up all the materials for this one and this one. This one we have materials for, but we don't have enough skill for. I wonder if I would get any skill gain from doing the trivials. The crafting of this item is too trivial to gain skill. That's what it says, but I could swear that sometimes you get skill gain. We might as well use it though, because I do have some bones. Let's see if I get any skill gain from making lesser mana potions. Bones, 32 bones. Let's see what happens. I might as well use up those materials anyhow, because I'm not going to do anything with them otherwise. So, Shamaximus, you feel like Legends of Aria feels like the old Second Age version of UO. Yeah. Oh, with like the PvP. What do you think of, Shamaximus, what do you think of the fact that Legends of Aria has these choke points into the PvP areas like the gates, the bridges and so forth, and the fact that Legends of Aria doesn't have the names incoming on the sides of the screen? Like those two things ruin the PvP side for me completely. You know, as a PvE player trying to deal with PKs. I was actually playing on Crimson Sea, one of the official servers, and I got so tired of the ganking that I moved here to this PvE server, because I feel that you don't have any kind of chance to do anything about a PK incoming. You don't get any warning, you don't have a chance to run, you don't have a chance to, you know, go into hiding or anything. And you love my old stuff, Stacy. Aw. Yeah, she did not get any skill gain from making these at all. So it really, when it says trivial on the, it really does, it's actually true then. But oh well, she has nothing better to do with those materials anyhow. So, Shamaximus, you feel like the new mountain system should balance that a little. I see. I have not looked too closely into the new mount stuff. I did notice some changes now, that it took a long time to actually get on the horse, and also portaling seemed to dismount me from my horse. And so far it just feels a little bit annoying, to be quite honest, but I'll probably see more like what you're talking about in relation to PKs if I play on Crimson again. Okay, so we have finished with those materials. Yeah, there's not really much else that she can do right now, because is there anything else she can make? Cure potion, that requires 75. Yeah, what about these ones? Beast blood. We have 83 blood over there. And again, that's just trivial. We could try and see if we get any skill gain from this, but I don't think we are. Any action will dismount you now? Really? So you do I understand correctly that you can't like stand at a loom or at a carpenter's table and like craft anymore as well. I see, I see. Yeah, I feel kind of like torn on that one. Like, I always thought it was kind of like broke the immersion when you saw people working at a loom, but then they were sitting on their horses, or same thing as the carpenter's table. That just didn't look right. So the sort of role play side of me thinks that's a good thing, but then the sort of gamer side of me who just wants to get stuff done quickly probably will find that a little bit annoying as well. So now we need to make a plan B. So this stream, I thought that I would have tons and tons of this alchemy stuff, and that we would be working on the alchemist for a longer time. But since she's actually running out of materials, or she's run out of materials that would give her skill gain, I should say. So I would have 74 sickly eyes. I just don't have enough skill gain to actually use that. So, or skills rather. So I think what we're going to do for plan B is we're going to go and check out the second level of Halls of Deception, because my mage, the first time that I was at, or when I was at Deception before, that was when I had just started with my mage, and my mage did not stay alive on the second level, and so now my mage, her skills are all up in the 90s pretty much. So she should be able to handle herself there, so, or at least so I've been told. So I'm really curious to go and see. And apparently the mobs on the second level actually drop the skill books as well. So we could go and check those out once she's done with these healing potions. And I should actually take these... I should take these reagents back to the lemongrass. At least I need to take back over to the other house, because my mage is going to need that lemongrass. I took all of the lemongrass with me. Or else I can get just my mage to come and fetch it, to be honest. Yeah, I'll do that instead. Let's actually log her on while we're waiting. She's on my other account. Oh, yeah, I was gonna... There's something I meant to ask you still, Shamaximus. It just escaped my mind now what that might have been. It was something about the Legends of Aria versus UO thing still. So this is my second house, guys. This is my little... I have this little hunting shack. So, well, not really a shack. It's a pretty swanky house, actually. But it's right close to the Halls of Corruption. So Halls of Corruption is... hold on. Why am I not getting my map? Have I gone and changed my my keyboard settings by mistake? Let's see. Map. Toggle map window. Yeah, it still should be M, but I'm pressing M and I'm not getting any map. Oh, was this the thing that you have to be dismounted? No. What is going on? That's still alive? Why am I not getting the map from pressing M? I wonder if this is... Does anyone know? Is there some bug going on with the key shortcuts or something? M does not bring up the map with this character, but I press it with this character and it works. Why isn't it working with this character though? So with her, we can see that keyboard settings, toggle, map window is M, which is the default. With this one, same thing. Toggle map window, M, and yet the map, and oh, here we go, finally. I wonder what was going on then. It's almost like it wasn't in memory or something, I don't know, very strange. Yeah, I've never experienced that before. That's the first time that's ever happened to me, so not sure what was going on there. So what we need to do is let's portal over to that house. Big home, yeah, we can go right over there actually. And let's go fetch our reagents. So we'll have nice hunting like reagents for Halls of Deception. Okay, and she's finished now with those healing potions. So I'm just gonna actually log her. Oh, we need to put the reagents back here actually. Oh shit. This normally I would just mount onto my horse when it starts to get attacked. But now, of course, with this delayed mounting, I can't do that. That's pretty nasty. That is pretty nasty, actually. I have to say I'm not a fan of these new changes to like mounting. I'm not a fan. And this character we can log off. Not going to do anything with her. So, but this one is going to fetch those reagents. And let's put them here into the pack horse. So she's going to need all of the lemongrass. And let's take 500. The ginseng I'm not going to do anything with. She uses healing bandages to get around. So, oh, hold on. We're going to actually go with our hearthstone back home to the other house. Horse is bugged. Kill it. Oh dear. And hello there, Hania. Welcome to the stream. Do I know when the Steam releases? The only thing I know is that the last time I've heard them promise anything was sometime this spring, but I have no information other than that, I'm afraid. Actually, let's just go in. Let's just go in and unload the horse. And you know what I need to do, guys? In one of the streams, I need to decorate this house as well. It's just this empty storehouse right now. Empty. Actually, my reagents should be over here. Where are my reagents? There we go. Let's just put this actually underneath here to symbolize what it has inside. We don't need any of these anymore. Okay, and what we need is a rune to the gatekeeper, because we're going to be going over to the Barren Lands. Where is the gatekeeper? There we go. Gatekeeper. Rune is there. And what do we need with us? We're definitely going to be wanting to wear our hat, even though I think it looks really, really ugly. And the horse, of course, we do not need. Well, we're going to need the horse actually for... Oof. Do I have... Oh, yeah. Damn. Because we can't make that. We can't turn the horse into... So what? How do we store our horses now if we want to go into a dungeon? Do we have to put them into the stable? Or can I... Does anyone know? Can I just leave my horse standing here in the house? Or will it go wild or something now? Because I can't dismiss it like we could before. So now I'm not sure. Because normally what I would do if I was going to a dungeon is I would ride my horse to the dungeon, dismiss the horse, put it in my backpack. Or can I just park the... No. I can't park the horse outside of the dungeon either. Because... A, mobs might come and kill it. B, I could, of course, park it inside. Gosh, I don't know what to do now, guys. Yeah, so normally I would go to the dungeon, dismiss, and have it as a statue in my backpack. So what are you all doing now for dungeons? Are you just going by foot there, or stable master? So you guys are using the stable master. But do you know what happens then if I leave my horse standing? Or will it, you know, when you're going into the dungeon and there's like the loading screen, you know how it's sort of, will the horse automatically zap inside the dungeon even if I leave it parked here? Because at least one time I was trying with Halls of Corruption, I was trying to leave the horse parked outside, and then as soon as I went through the portal to get into the dungeon, the horse just teleported inside with me. It will appear like using stuck. Okay, I see. So I have to put in the stable. Oh my gosh, this is like annoying. So for me to go to Halls of Deception, I have to first go to town, put the horse into a stable, then go by foot all the way up there, which is going to take forever. Oh, that is highly annoying. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a fan of this update, I have to say, regarding to this horse stuff at all. So you love the new... So what is it, Lou, that you do love about the new horses? And let me just check the chat here from before. And Stacy, you were saying PvE server means PVM all day, no risk, no fun. Well, yeah, there's no risk, there's no shaking hands, there's no heart racing from PKs, but at least now I can go into the dungeons without instantly getting killed, and I can go and explore those, and I can go and tame stuff in the PvP areas, and I can go and adventure throughout the whole land, whereas before I pretty much had to stick around in the PvE areas, because every time I went into the PvP places, I just got ganked immediately. That wasn't fun either. And Shamaximus, you're saying that you can cast and walk now too. Ah. So if I'm casting like heal, let me just see this again. Okay, so cast, let's walk. Let me just go outside here for a moment. I'll stay. And if I go outside and just walk. Bloody sign. Okay, so she's walking. And then I'm casting heal. So she seems to slow down a bit, at least. Or does she? Yeah, she does actually. She still stays walking, but she slows down a little bit. What about other spells? And what about running? No, should they always... Okay, so the what is cool about this, I have to say, is that like one of the main reasons I took like healing, the main reason I heal with her instead of healing with magery, like using the bandages instead of magery, is because, well, 3 reasons mainly. 1, before you couldn't move while trying to heal. You had to always stop to cast. So that was not very healthy. Second of all, you know, there was always the risk of the spell. There was the speed of, like, it took a while for you to do the actual cast, whereas bandages are instant. And I forget my 3rd reason. I know I have a 3rd reason I was talking about on the magery video, but I can't remember now. Yeah, Stacy, so they made this update where you can turn a horse into an ethereal horse now. And that's the reason we made the alchemist, actually, because apparently alchemists, or is it now inscribers, guys? Does anyone know? Is it alchemists or is it inscribers who make those scrolls? It must be inscribers that make the scrolls for turning like mounts into like ethereal, right? And Demisa, you were asking whether it's difficult to get housing, or is it as difficult as it was in UO? Actually, finding a house spot in this game is super easy. So, of course, this server is much more empty than the official servers, but basically, like, that's a house spot right there. That's a house spot. Like, there's so much open grass that, to be quite honest, I think there's way too much open space for housing, because what's going to end up happening if a server becomes full is that it's just going to be house after house after house, and there's not going to be enough like wild hunting grounds, you know? Like, I would find that highly annoying if I went to go and do some hunting in a forest and it's just like full of houses. So I like how that in UO there were these, like, you would have the thick jungles and then there would be a little clearing in the middle of the jungle somewhere, you know, that it wasn't like all over the place. Here, every area is like, as long as there's not a tree in the way or as long as it's not too uneven the ground, you can place a house. So it's too easy, in my opinion, in this game. And no problem, Hania, no problem. Yeah, lots of free space, even on the official servers. Yeah, for sure, Stacy. So Lou, you put all your pack horses in the stable master. Oh, Stacy, indeed. Oh my goodness, it would be lovely if we could get the little llamas, at least in this game. I do miss the riding around on a little llama in Ultima Online. It's just so cute. I see, Lou. So the ethereal horses, so they're easy to get on, and then they don't die. Okay. They only wear out after time. I see, I see. So the scribe makes the scroll for the... Ah, gotcha, Shamaximum. So scribe for the scroll and alchemist for the ether. I see. Okay, so it's kind of good that I made my alchemist. So I wonder, actually, you know what I should do, guys? What I should do, so this stream was going to be all about making an alchemist. So since we also took Inscription for her, I have tons and tons of and we already used up all the materials for her alchemy training. Why don't we then train? I'll switch back over to her, and we're going to train up then Inscription. If she needs, it's good that I took both of those skills for her then, isn't it? So we have a whole bunch of fine scrolls here. We have like 364 fine scrolls. What ingredients do you need actually for Inscription? Did you also need reagents for that? Let me check. I'm assuming it's reagents and scrolls, isn't it? Because I have not made a proper inscriber yet either, or scribe I should say. Inscription. So scrolls, reagents, okay. Yeah, let's do that actually, because she has tons and tons and tons of these scrolls all ready and waiting to be trained with. And let me see, what else do we have? Yeah, let's do that actually before we go into... We'll see how far we get. It could be that she actually runs out of reagents, to be honest. I know I have more of those scrolls here somewhere. And we actually need to take these reagents back now. Does the inscribe, yeah, they do use the moss. Okay, so we're going to take all of our moss, take our lemongrass. Let's see if that we can take that on her body. I think this is a pack horse. This should be a pack horse. And do the horses now, guys, like when you log off, do the horses like automatically log off with you, or do you actually have to stable them now? I'm just wondering if I can... I think this is a pack horse. Yes, it is. All pets autolog with you. Okay, thank you, Shamaximus. And Stacy... You're saying that Stacy is a heal mage for 2 reasons. Healing while running away, screaming like a little girl. And the best PK on UO Forever is a heal mage. Oh, I see. You died to some NPC brigands last time you checked for an awesome house spot. So are you talking about in UO, or are you talking about here in Legends of Aria? And I know I have some more scrolls here somewhere. There we go. So we're going to open this other pack horse and put those scrolls in here. Some fine scrolls, some frayed scrolls. What else do we have? I might still have some more here somewhere. What do we have in here? Nope. And there's some more lemongrass actually over there. Ah, here they are. I knew it. I knew I still had some more scrolls here somewhere. So... will these fit into this horse? No, we're gonna have to get another horse. I had some more horses here somewhere. So where did I put them? I already shut the backpack. I think it was actually this backpack over here. Yeah, here's one more. And then let's get the rest of the scrolls with us. this one. And blank scrolls. Those are for the very lowest level ones. I think I might now have everything. So we have three pack horses with scrolls. Fine scroll. Yeah, I think we have everything now. Okay, so we oh yeah, because it's gonna like dismount me when I portal anyhow. So let's head over to, what about the reagents? Yeah, we should definitely have enough now. So we're gonna head back over to the big home and we'll try starting some inscription then with that character. See how far she gets. As you can see, I really haven't worked on manifestation very much with this character. All her other majory skills are like over 90, but her manifestation is only 78. Because I'm always healing with bandages. I don't really use manifestation very much. Okay. Come on, horsies. What is this? What is going on? Why do they refuse to come inside? Interesting. So the horses refuse to come inside now. What is going on with that? We're gonna have to rename this, and she's she doesn't own this house, but she's a co-owner. So I wonder if it's some bug with the co-owners then. Let's give her a name called Judy. Couldn't think of anything better right now. Judy Stay. Do I have to actually mount each of these horses to go inside with my co-owner? This is new because I didn't have this issue before. Oh, there we go. Maybe there was just something obstructing their way then. Because that one came in just fine. Let me just try that again. Yeah, there must have been something like that. They were, all three of them were bunched up at the door and they were like, they were blocking each other. That must have been it. Okay, horsies, let's go up here and unload all of your scrolls and things. I think I'm just gonna have to mount these and go inside. So you're gonna need 80 manifestation to cast the spell. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get her to 80 manifestation today, but we'll just get started with the inscription, and that's good to know. We'll get her started with inscription today, and hopefully we'll see how far we actually get. So let's take this horse over here and give it a name as well. Boris is going to be this horse's name. Boris Stay. And both of these horses I was able to get in here. Okay, so I don't have to do any trickery this time to unload these guys. Good. So we have a total of 8 blank scrolls, 356 frayed scrolls, 678 fine scrolls, and 76 ancient scrolls. And we have some reagents to work with. And let's just give all of her reagents right now to I'm gonna have to go reagent hunting in corruption soon, because she's running out of some of these essential reagents for sure. Good. And then the moss as well. Okay, good. And we will log off with this character. Let's just check what she has in this pouch. Nothing of importance. And we're gonna log on with the other account, with our brand new alchemist slash scribe. Okay. Good. Let's have a look now and see. Oh, actually, you know what I should have done? Shit. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. There's my inscription table down there. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so what I'm going to do, actually, I can't be bothered to move all of that stuff down, so I'm going to actually move the inscription table. I'm just going to do that for now. I meant to have like my inscription stuff actually in this chest, and I completely forgot that actually her the inscription table is over here. So we're just gonna move that over. Move that over to the other room. Just temporarily, and I'll later then I will later then arrange those items. Let's just put it down right there. And again, I have to say, guys, how annoying is it that the inscription table is tilted to one side? If I rotate that, I always complain about this. Or have they straightened it actually? Have they? No. Did they straighten it? Am I seeing things? Have they? Hold on. No, it's still tilted. It's still slightly tilted. And then you tilt it this way, and then it's like too much in that direction. Yeah, it is still tilted, guys. It is. Oh my gosh, that annoys me so much. Okay, so we're just gonna set that down here, and we'll just work with this table from this location then, and I'll later get it all like organized with the inscription room. So this is meant to be my sort of office inscription room over here, actually, and I completely forgot that I should have taken all of those inscription stuff. But you know, in a way, it's kind of wiser that it's over here, because if both alchemy and inscription use reagents, this should probably be like all of the stuff that's related to that. So I might have to reorganize this room a little bit. And let's actually move this alchemy table a little bit to the east as well. Okay, that should do. And I have access? Yes, I do. Okay, so let's get started then. So trivial are the mana missile. Let's go to the first spell that is not trivial. And that would be the fireball scroll. And she's going to need blank scrolls for that. I do have some blank scrolls. So let's just use up all of those blank scrolls. And then she has some lemongrass. And let's just get started making fireball spells then. I wonder when they're going to like fix the clipping for the clothes. That could be one reason why we haven't seen an introduction to new clothes in the game yet, because they're obviously dealing with some clipping issues still, even with the old clothes. You know, you can see her bra through the shirt and everything. So they probably want to get that sorted before they introduce new clothes, I'm guessing. Demise, yes, there is. So I will give you the link to the wiki, and of course you might already have this, but I'm still gonna give you the direct link to the Celador map, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you see the safe areas here. So when you go to this site or this web page, there's this map here, and here you can show protected areas. If you check mark that, it will load these green areas. Let me just shut off all of those. And then you can see all the green areas are the PvE areas. So those are safe areas where you can build. And then everything other than that is all PvP area, obviously. So again, she's already like quit her work, but still, she's still like doing the animation. That annoys me. And we can actually start collecting those scrolls that she makes here. Let's put that over here, actually. So fireball over there. Now, what can she do next? It's almost like that animation stopped her from... Oh, why am I going to alchemy? I need to be doing inscription. So we did the fireball scroll. We ran out of blank scrolls. Let's see what is the teleport. So that needs ginseng. Well, this is my favorite then, because frayed scrolls. Yes, we have tons of frayed scrolls. Let's take 100 for now. And then ginseng, because like I accumulate so much extra ginseng, it's not even funny. I have thousands here. Okay. And teleport. Okay, Stacy, thanks so much for dropping by, and thanks for bringing over all your Outlands buddies. And I will talk to you later. Yeah, no problem, Demise. No problem at all. It's quite a handy map, indeed. At least she is failing like some of those scrolls, but she's getting some quite nice gains as well. I have really been waiting for this day to finally use these scrolls, because I've been like accumulating these during dungeon runs, and I haven't had anything that I could do with them because I was saving them, of course, for Inscription. Actually, these frayed scrolls, there are so many frayed scrolls that I just dumped on the ground in Halls of Corruption because I was just overloaded. So we'll see if I actually use up all of these frayed scrolls today. I should probably think of a way to divide these scrolls here so that they're in a nice alphabetical order as well. So Lucifer, by the way. So I'm guessing that you're also an old Ultima Online player as well. I guess most of us Legends of Aria people are. And what have your experiences been of streaming Legends of Aria? Do you ever find, like, I find that when I'm streaming Legends of Aria, I don't get more than, oh, thank you so much for the follow, Demise. I find that, like, usually during my Legends of Aria streams, I don't get more than maybe 20 people. Like, 20 is even a good number. I just find that there's not very many people streaming and not very many people actually watching these streams, and that worries me because I remember in the beginning of December, things were busy with the streaming stuff. You're getting 20 to 30 lately. Well, that's pretty good, I have to say. That's pretty good. Oh, so you didn't play Ultima Online. You played Asheron's Call. I see. I remember that time, you know, with EverQuest, Ultima Online, Asheron's Call. There was another one. There was another in that first group of, like, these bigger MMOs in the late 90s. I forget the name of it now, though. But yeah, I think I might have played Asheron's Call just a little bit. Yeah, Dark Age of Camelot, that came a little bit later. There was another MMO before that was in that, like, initial group in the late 90s. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it though. Yeah, when Dark Age of Camelot came out, I actually put Ultima Online on hold. Like, I still had my accounts open, but I went to play Dark Age of Camelot. Really enjoyed that. It had a very magical sort of atmosphere to it. In those first, I played it for about, I don't know, maybe half a year or so, and then after that, I actually moved on to Anarchy Online, I think. Yeah, EverQuest was one, but then there was, like, another one. Let me just see if I can actually find EverQuest. Asheron's Call. Ultima Online. Let's see if there's anything about these old MMOs. There might be mentioned there. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I see Meridian 59 mentioned in these types of articles when I'm Googling that. Of course, I actually did buy Meridian at one point just to see, because I guess that was the first commercial MMO, even before UO, wasn't it? But it was such a, it was such an, like, it didn't capture my interest whatsoever, but I did buy that just for the heck of it, just to see what it was like. Yeah, I can't find. Maybe I'm just imagining things. I could swear that there was one more from that era. But yeah, I didn't play Asheron's Call very much. Just gave it a try one time, I think. I was very much into Ultima Online at that point. Okay, Demise, I'll see you later. Tibia, that's a familiar name. And hello there, Booza75. Welcome to the stream. Tibia, that sounds very familiar. I know that I've looked into that game. It sounds very familiar. I don't think I've ever played it, actually. And hello there, Tenchi Extra Life. Nice to see you again. And Talk Guy as well. Yeah. The one with 3 factions, wouldn't that have been Dark Age of Camelot, actually? Hello, Kaylor. Yes, I am. You do not have the resources to craft teleport scroll. So did we run out of the scrolls? I think so. Or is it the actual reagents? No, not the reagents. It's the scrolls. So frayed scrolls. Let's put these away. Teleport. Let's make more of these. So yeah, Kaylor, I've been really busy actually the past week because I started a new project that has got me so excited. It's got me so excited about the potential of this. It's just a personal project, but it's got me so excited with the potential that it has that I have been just actually working on that project from the moment that I wake up all the way till when I go to sleep, and it just feels like there's not enough time in the day to work on this project, and I can't really reveal anything about it right now, but that's where I've been for the past week. I've been just really like it's a lovely feeling when something really clicks in your head and you realize this is something I really want to do, and I have like such a sort of like positive outlook on how this thing could turn out, and I will definitely share more about this at some point. And Talc Guy, oh, the Craft the World sheep video. Oh, I'm so happy to see your message. Oh, that's awesome that that video was useful to you, because when I was so for anyone who doesn't know Craft the World, let me just share this with you guys what Craft the World is. So it's a game you can get on Steam, and you can actually I have it also on mobile, but it's much more fun to play on the PC or your computer. So I'll just show you guys what it looks like. It's a very cute little if anyone's played RimWorld, I'm sure there's a lot of games like this. Let's get a nice big juicy screenshot. That actually happens to be a big one. So basically you start off with let's see if there's a starting situation here. You start off with like these little dwarves, and they can dig down into the ground, and they can tunnel out caves and mine for ore, and there's also some monsters down in the ground. They can also build little villages for themselves, and you can freely build like the houses however you like them. It's a fun little game. I've really had a lot of fun with that game. Hey there, JJ. It is, Talc Guy. You know my problem, Talc Guy, with this game though is that after I played through the campaign, the single player campaign, I was yearning for more. I wish that would have continued, and that they would have had many more types of levels and challenges. Because I find that even though I've been playing the sort of free games where you can like determine all the rule sets, I have played a few of those, but I find that like they don't inspire me as much. And then when I've tried to do the co-op or the PvP, I haven't really enjoyed that either. So that is Craft the World. I'll just give you guys let's see, Craft the World Steam. I think it's made by like a Russian like a small Russian game studio. Beautiful graphics, like visually it's really nicely done actually. Talc Guy is talking about the fact that I have a couple of tutorials on my YouTube channel, and I was showing how to how to actually start farming sheep in that game, because you can of course get wool from sheep, as with most games, and it's you know, it doesn't cost very much either. What does this say? 18.99, and I have gotten tons and tons of hours out of that game. It's definitely paid itself back in the amount of fun that I've had from that game. But yeah, I'm so glad, Talc Guy. I'm so glad that it was helpful for you, that tutorial, because I remember trying to figure out the whole breeding process of, you know, how do you farm the sheep and how do you catch them, and all of that was like super confusing to me. And then I was looking on YouTube for like tutorials, and I didn't find any tutorials on like proper, like useful tutorials on how to get the sheep farming going. So I thought, damn it, I'm just gonna make, like, once I had figured it out, I'm just gonna make a tutorial like that myself. And it's really makes me happy to hear that somebody actually found that useful. I'm so glad, and thank you so much for, you know, dropping into the stream to give that feedback. It's really like warms the heart, that kind of moment, you know. So JJ, how are you doing? And we have not seen any horse neck today, so JJ is referring to the fact that I was painting a horse in one of my streams one day, and I was talking about how the horse neck always needs to be, you know, it's got to be right, it's got to be craned, and it's, you know, the muscles of the neck need to be right. So JJ has been has promised to always mention horse neck in all my streams. Oh, you remember the horse? Yeah. And you're good, JJ. Nice to hear. Good to hear. Actually, this teleport scroll, making these teleport scrolls is absolutely perfect, because it's using up the frayed scrolls, which are just a pain in the ass anyhow. If you go into Halls of Corruption, they're just dropping like they're almost like weeds, these frayed scrolls in a way. And also this is getting rid of all my extra ginseng, which I have just more than enough of. So this is the perfect scroll to be making at this point. It's not using, because the reagents that are really valuable to me are the lemongrass and the moss and especially the mushrooms and the lemongrass. Those are really important to my mage, but my mage could not care less about the ginseng at all. I should probably leave that here for Safarina to organize that. So how are her skill gains? So now she's up to 38 inscription. So we started off, guys. Oh, you cannot carry any more weight. Okay, let's try this again. Let's just put those in there as well. So we started off with 30 inscription, and we're already at 38 while we've been chatting here. I didn't even notice. Let me see. Oh, hold on, teleport. It's not saying trivial yet, so we should continue with this then. And you missed the last stream, JJ, so you should make a YouTube comment. Yeah. In the last stream, we were actually decorating. We spent the whole stream decorating this house. And let me just show you, JJ, since you were not here last time. Let me just show off this nice decoration that we got going on here. Let me just turn on that, turn off the auto zoom as well. There we go. So we got ourselves a swanky little bedroom going on here for passionate nights. We got our sort of like magery hideout up there with all the alchemist stuff. And we got a nice little kitchen table here with some like food in the middle and some bowls of food there, and a campfire going in the fireplaces. Don't you wish that the fireplace is actually turned on? Like with the stove, you can actually turn that on. You can ignite or extinguish, but you cannot do that for the fireplaces. Isn't that crazy? So you have to put these campfires hidden inside to make it look like the fireplace is actually turned on. Then we got ourselves a little office over here. And this is still the kitchen area for cutting up the food and so forth. And then the smithing and carpentry part, I just need to add a whole bunch of decorations here, you know, some wooden pieces on the floor, some tools or something on the table there. And then this is the tailory room. And yeah, got some rolls of cloth up there and a little cupboard with all my stuff. Oh yeah, because the UI is turned off. I still need to figure out what I want to put into this little nook here. Just waiting to see what I would put there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the decorations that I came up with here. I think it looks pretty cozy now. And hello there, Techno Mullen. Welcome to the stream. You have a question. Will this game be worth buying, or does it lack too much content? Be honest, please. I'm always honest, so I will give you my honest feeling. So considering that the game costs, what is it, $30, €30, something around that amount, and actually we can see it here. No, hold on. We can see it from the Nightbot message, what the exact price would be. Oh, I can't see it. Anyhow, so considering that it's about 30, considering that there is no subscription, there's no monthly subscription fee, considering that you get the full game for that 30, at least that's how it is now. Considering that, I think it is more than worth its money, worth the cost. You get definitely for that price. Now, if there was a subscription, then I would say that it doesn't have enough content yet to be worth paying a subscription for. I would not, like at the current stage that this game is at right now, if this had a subscription, I would not be playing it yet. I would wait. But since it does not, I think there's more than enough to do for the €30 or $30 that it costs. And I have put tons and tons of time already into this game, and there's like still so much for me to do. So, but at the same time, even though there's a lot of things like on my bucket list that I want to do in this game, I want to, for instance, get my tamer up into the 90s so that she can go and he can go and tame the dread horses, which are like the nightmares. I want to obviously get all my crafting stuff up there. And I want to explore all the dungeons, which I haven't done yet. And I've never done the awakenings either. So there's a lot of things that I haven't yet done in the game. Treasure hunting, haven't even touched treasure hunting yet. So there's a lot of stuff to do, but still, what I find is a little bit claustrophobic right now is the lack of the areas in the map. So right now we have, we can see now the frozen tundra on the map here. So, we now have access to all of these lower portions here. These two areas, this frozen tundra is going to be opened up soon, apparently. This is still locked. I have no idea. We don't have any idea what's coming here. And then in one of my streams, somebody was saying that the Expanse and the Iron Tide are additional maps that you can get to, apparently, in the future. So it's not going to be just this area. But I do feel that we're sort of catching up with, like, how can I say, that I've already sort of explored all of these areas in these lower portions, and I feel like it's not enough yet as it is. So if you're very much into exploration, it would feel a little bit claustrophobic at this point still. So I'm sure that once they open Frozen Tundra, that's going to help. But of course, that's going to only help temporarily. They need to have much more land mass, many more places to go to, many more dungeons for the long run. Like within a year, they definitely need more. That's my feeling on it. And do you need a lot of alts, asks Cleek. Since there's a skill point limit of 600 skill points per character, and you have to mix and match your skills, you pretty much have to have alts if you want to have a crafter. Like if you have a warrior or a mage, you cannot you could put crafting together with a mage, but then you wouldn't have enough skill points to get up to the higher numbers, right? So the game does not stop you from mixing and matching all of the skills. Basically, you could have like a few points of all of the skills if you wanted to, but there would be not very much like use to that, right? So it just simply means that you do have to have like different characters for different purposes. So for instance, I have an animal tamer is one character, animal tamer / mage. Then I have my mage who's just only focused on doing, magery and healing. Then I have this brand new character is alchemist / scribe. Then I have my crafter who has blacksmith and the tailoring, in other words, fabrication and carpentry, and all the skills related to those. So you do have to have several alts, to actually enjoy the game like properly. What was I going to do? Teleport scrolls. Oh yes, the UI. Hold on. There we go. Oh yeah, Lucifer as well. That side to the game, you also have the merchant stuff. So that's a whole different thing that you can do to have fun. Is be a shopkeeper and keep your merchants stocked. And I'm sure a lot of time goes into that as well. And Cleek, you saw this video about the blacksmith stuff. So. That there's no point because everyone was making blacksmiths. Well, they might be adjusting, the skill balance. I'm sure that once they get the skills balanced in such a way that it's not so easy. Like it's pretty easy to work on skills in this game. Like if I compare it to Ultima Online, or if I especially old school Ultima Online, it's definitely easier here. And especially if I compare it to Worm Online, which is the other Sandbox MMO that I play. I mean, in Worm Online, for me to get my a skill up to 100 takes years. Like, it's really hardcore compared to this game. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so all I'm saying is that once they've got the skills like fully balanced, I mean, you would think that the skills start to be hard enough, like making a blacksmith hard enough that not everyone is going to want to bother to make one, We'll see what happens with that. And Cleek, you're asking, can you share between your characters? Most certainly you can share, especially if you have a house like this. So all my characters have access to this house, so I can just leave the stuff in the backpacks and stuff here in the chests, and they can access those things. Also, if you don't have a house, what I do is like what we used to do in Ultima Online is I would put a little bag on the ground with the stuff, and I would hide it behind a tree somewhere, and then I would quickly log on with my other character and go in and grab it. So you can always do that, although there's the risk that somebody just happens to run by during that moment. Hey there, Finzia. Nice to see you again. How are you doing tonight? Oh my gosh, somebody has a crocodile. This is what I was looking for, guys. That's the first time seeing a crocodile in the game. Oh my goodness. So in one of the earlier streams when I was working on my tamer, we were out hunting crocodiles so that he could tame one, and we didn't manage to find a crocodile. Actually, I almost feel like running after that person. How overloaded am I? I think they probably went up to the gatekeeper, actually. I feel like going to ask that person, like, where did they get that crocodile from? Or alligator or whatever it is. But so cool to see that they're now in the game. So that gives I need to do a stream for my tamer again, and we're going to have to go hunting for a crocodile then. Yeah, Lucifer, that's what I did in my stream. We went to the swamps in Black Forest, and I was even looking at the map. Yeah, I was looking in that area, and we did not find a single crocodile there. Now, has this been fixed now with the update, possibly? Like, were they before the update, or has it somehow been, like, was it bugged out before that they were missing before? And Lucifer also, I was the only person around because this server is much more empty, right? A crocodile shop, JJ. Yeah, that's a good one, Tenchi, like to do the bag drop in the corner of an inn. And then, yeah, exactly, because then you can instantly log off and on, I'm assuming. And, yeah, and especially because people don't really hang around in the bedrooms of the inns either. And Techno Mullen, is provocation in the game yet? I don't think so. I'm looking forward to that though. I might just have to drop something with my tamer and take provocation. I had so much fun in Ultima Online with my tamer slash provocator. Is that how you would say? And he would provocate like 2 dragons against one another, and then have his pets just do the rest. It was quite fun. And yeah, Lucifer, I'm gonna have to check again for sure. Cleek, yeah, you definitely are not losing very much by. I think it's most definitely you'll definitely get your money's worth already at this point for the 30 euros or bucks or whatever it costs. It's not going to be a loss. You'll have tons. You'll use tons and tons of hours to have fun in the game for sure already at this point. So Finzia, you're extremely annoyed by the house plot changes. You lost your plot as you could not pay the high taxes, and now they made the taxes cheap and houses plots expensive, so you have to... Oh no, Finzia! You're quitting the game? Oh no! But you know, if you sort of think about it in the flipped sense, you know, the issues you were dealing with, that's the exact thing that they have now wanted to fix. So you could sort of try and see it like in a positive light as well, that, you know, there were probably a lot of players like you struggling and frustrated with those same issues. So they've now fixed it for people, so they don't have to go through what you went through. So, you know, I mean, it's still early access though. So they're still, you know, fixing up the last things before it launches to Steam. So, you know, it's not like the game had officially released yet. And as far as the plots being, so maybe it was remember guys when I went to check the prices of the houses in the carpentry shop, and we saw that they were still the same as before? So maybe I misread earlier when somebody was saying that now the prices have, maybe they meant actually that the plot prices are now huge. And not, maybe they weren't talking about the house prices actually. Yeah, Technomolin, so much fun, a tamer bard. I wonder if there's going to be enough, like I wonder if they're going to have it so that you have provocation and musicianship like in Ultima Online. Because then I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to have enough like skill slots for my tamer in that case. Okay, so we have 56 more frayed scrolls. Let's just use up the rest of those. Or let me just see, what do we have over here? Frayed scrolls. Teleport still doesn't have. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna. What's the next one that? Fine scroll. So fine scrolls start at lightning. So let's just use up all of the frayed scrolls still on the teleports. Just because we have more than enough ginseng anyhow, so. JJ, you don't even have a plot. Oh, haven't you got yourself a house yet? So Cleek, when starting out, should you make a warrior or something to get used to the game? I would almost say that it might be worth starting off with a crafter of some kind. Or, you know, like another option could be starting off with a tamer. So then you can tame your own horses and then run around easily. Because, you know, to travel around, it's quite annoying to do if you don't have horses. So at least if you had a tamer, then you could tame your own horses for, you know, easy travel. So let's just say that I was starting the game as a brand new player with the knowledge that I have now. What would I do when I first started? I would probably start off, very first thing is I'd make a tamer, have the tamer at least tame up a whole bunch of horses. Oh, but now we can't transfer the horses as like statues anymore to other characters. So how in the hell do I get my tamed horses transferred to my alts now that we can't turn them into statues, guys? Is there any way for me to transfer? Obviously, I'm guessing I can transfer. I'm guessing you can transfer, like a tamer can transfer a horse over. Like, how do they do that? How do you actually give a horse to another player now? Now that they've changed it. Because considering that they've made these changes now to taming, I'm wondering if it's even possible to give a horse over to somebody else. Like the UO system is what you're suspecting, JJ. How did it work in UO again? I can't remember anymore. Miyako, no, you don't need Razor to play this game. Yeah, so, yeah, I guess there's different approaches. Like Lucifer is saying a warrior is a great first build. Personally, like, if we just think about the old school way, I would have started off with a tamer to get a whole bunch of horses that I can then give to any of my next characters, and then give some horses over to a crafter, and then get my work on my crafter to get, you know, things like armor and weapons, because there's not very much use to a warrior if you don't have, like, good weapons and stuff. Because they wear out, you can't repair them in this game, so you're always going to need a constant flow of like new armor and weapons. So that's why I personally would start off with a crafter, actually, to just get all of the gear. Of course, you can make a warrior and then go out and fight and then use the money to like buy armor off of people's, you know, merchants, but then again, when you're just starting out, you want to save every penny you can to get yourself like a house, right? So, yeah, different approaches. Finzia, you're saying that they should have supplied at least one Ethereal horse so that you can have a mount. Yeah, this, I have to say, so far, I'm not much of a fan of this new mount system, but we'll have to see. I'll have to play the game some more, and you know, my mind might change about that. We'll see. Okay, we finally used up all our frayed scrolls, and she now has 44 inscription. Nice progress there. Nice progress, considering that we just only made her a couple of hours ago. What are we going to make next? Let's see. Lightning. We want to find something that uses ginseng. So we don't use... So greater heal scrolls. Let's see if we can make those. Those use fine scrolls. Let's put 200 of these in here. I'm going to have to put a little bit less. And let's put these reagents back as well. Okay. Let's see if we can actually make... Yeah, we're getting some gains right from the get-go. Transfer horse to player. You right-click the horse and transfer. I see. Okay, thanks, guys. And hello, Icon1C. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, give them to a friend, and then... So I could give them to my alt on my other account, and then have that account give it to the other one again. That's how I'll have to do it. Miyako, last time you were playing UO, you weren't playing, your bots were playing, I guess, using Razor then. Yeah, the only thing I've done with Razor is just in regards to playing these free shards. And also I have my own private, like, Ultima Online server just for the purposes of my Ultima Nostalgia project. So, for those who don't know, I'm recreating the Ultima Online map in Worm Unlimited, and I can just show you guys while we're doing this inscription stuff. You guys might get a kick out of this. So the other MMO, the other Sandbox MMO I play is Worm Online, and it has a standalone version called Worm Unlimited, and there you can make your own servers. And I have a project going on here called Ultima Nostalgia. And basically, I can just show quickly here. Let's just open it up here. So here is where I have... in this video, I'm showing the map of the server freshly. The map was freshly done, and I'm just flying over here. Hold on, I'm just flying over the map, and so this map was generated by drawing the map like as a black and white image. So all the areas, like so the way that a height map works is that the black areas are areas that are under the water, and white areas on the map are the whiter the color, the higher the ground. So I basically took the Ultima Online map, and then I drew in the mountains and stuff, because of course the mountains in Ultima Online, they are just like flat kind of, right? You don't see mountain peaks in Ultima Online. So I had to draw those into the map to make these mountain peaks. Let me just speed this up a bit. So this is the first video that I did when I had done nothing else to the server except to generate the map. So this is freshly, it hasn't gotten any of the cities in there yet. It's just the map alone. And if anyone's interested in this project, I can give I think I actually have a playlist. I do have a playlist here on my channel for that. Or actually, I'm just going to give this website, because you can watch the videos straight from this page here. And so anyhow, when I made this video, guys, it got tons of attention. Like, it was crazy. Like, tons of people did articles about it. And even like Vice Motherboard. I mean, we all know Vice for their documentaries, right? So they have their sort of subsection called Motherboard. And Vice Motherboard did an article about this project. It's absolutely nuts. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then Richard Garriott and some of the other devs also tweeted about this, and it was like so awesome. So anyhow, that was the first video. And then in all the next videos, I go through the process of making the different... Is my Chrome crashing on me here? This looks a little bit worrisome right now. Is everything still working? Okay, she's still working. Is the stream still working, or is it just Chrome? It was just lagged out. Okay, so you can see the different cities here. The hedge maze. Let's have a look at the hedge maze. We all know the hedge maze from like south west of Britain. So it just started off as this block that I had marked on the height map. Just this green block. I had like drawn it on the height map so I will remember where the hedge maze is supposed to be. And then when we go forward here you can see like where I've already put in all of the hedges, and then I also started to build all the buildings that the hedge made. You know how there's like the houses in the very middle, and also as most of us who have played Ultima Online know, in the buildings in the middle of the hedge maze, there's actually like a basement area. So I even did the basement here. So here's like hold on, where is it? Here. No, where is it now? Here we go. There's like a basement area here as well, and I was just decorating that with like the same sort of elements as well. And yeah, so that's the hedge maze. How's her inscription going here? How many? Oh yeah, because we've moved on to fine scrolls now. Let's just put some more fine scrolls in there. And then what else do we have here? Then there is, what do we have? I was working on Britain there. And then Vesper, of course. Vesper is the city with all of the little islands. The little islands. So if we look at the beginning, so that's what, of course, Vesper looks like in Ultima Online. And here we can see this is the raw map, without me having done anything yet to Vesper except generated the bits of land. And we can see that that's what the land looked like when I first started. And then as I started to work on Vesper, let's see if there's a nice aerial shot here somewhere over here. And here's where all the buildings have been built into the city of Vesper. And I've decorated all of the insides of the houses also exactly like they are in, like I've looked at, you know, if there's a tailor, where all the locations of the tables are, and everything is exactly the same as in UO. So when I was explaining about using Razor, so I had to use that for running the, you know, to use my private server, and I've been using that private server to have that on the side while I build this, so I get a reference. Oh, and then this video is a very popular one, actually. This one is like about player housing. Like, can you actually, with the Worm Unlimited elements? And so I have not modeled anything. I've just reskinned some of the textures to make them more like UO. But otherwise, they're all of the elements you see here. They're all just original Worm Online / Worm Unlimited elements. So I have not built, so there, it just happens to be that a lot of the elements, like the walls and stuff in Worm, are exactly pretty much what you need to make something look like Ultima Online. So in this video, I sort of go through the classic houses, and then we see if we can actually build those then in Worm Online. And yeah, in the beginning of this video, I just sort of go through some of my memories from housing in Ultima Online, and all of the, like, I go through the history of the different houses I had and what I did with them, and Some were nightclubs, some were apartment buildings, saunas and everything. I can actually give the link to this video as well because I think this is a pretty fun video. And a lot of people seem to enjoy that one for some reason. And then in the second portion of the video, then we finally get around to seeing whether these houses can be rebuilt in Worm. And I was trying different scales because the scale isn't quite matched. So those are all the small houses. And let's see. There's the sandstone house. So you can see it's not exactly the same, but that's because, of course, the worm-like items, you know, they are Worm Online items. And that's the villa. That one looked really crappy. But you know what really turned out nicely is the castle. So let's go straight to the castle over here. Hold on. Here. Hold on. Let me look at a nice sort of day view of this. So, and then when we go up here from an aerial viewpoint, you can really see that it looks a lot like the Ultima Online castle. And again, these are just Worm Online assets. They never had in mind to look like UO. You know, Worm Online is its completely own MMO, but it's medieval elements, right? So, you know, that's what stone walls looked like in medieval times, right? So that it just happens to be that you could actually get very similar elements to UO. And yeah, in this video I sort of go through the what it looks like from inside and when it's all fully decorated and everything. So that's a pretty fun video. Let me see, where are we at our inscription here? We still have lots of fine scrolls to go, but did I run out of reagents or what has happened here? Let's see. What is it saying? You do not have the resources. Okay. I have scrolls, but I ran out of ginseng, apparently. Let's put more ginseng and let's put some more scrolls. Okay. She now has 49.9 inscription. So soon she's going to have 50, which is pretty nice. And Tenchi, you like how I did the various scales with the houses to find which one feels right? Yeah. Yeah, you know, the perfect scale would have been something in between the smaller and the larger one. It wasn't quite right. And the reason that you couldn't get it quite right is because the way that the sections are like cut off in Ultima Online, like how can I explain? So if we look at an Ultima Online house, like, and we think about like the customizable housing, for instance. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, here's the small house. Customizable housing, so you know how in customizable housing, each wall section is, you can see the division right here. There are these thin strips, right? They are these thin strips. And so if I remember correctly, like if you were to build this in the customize tool, I mean, it's been years now since I've used it, so forgive me if I'm wrong about this, but if I remember correctly, to build this wall, you would put a section, a door. They were with the width of this door, basically, those sections. So you could get a lot more control over the size. Whereas in Worm, it's one wall with that door. So for instance, in the case of these little houses, you can see you either have, this is just one piece, but the other option is to have one door piece and a normal wall, but then you wouldn't get the door into the middle. The only way to get the door into the middle is to have just one door like wall here. So it didn't really work out so well with the smaller buildings, unfortunately. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oklo, the Hidden Valley. It's that little place that has a little mage shop that's just next to Trinsic. Then Trinsic. Now this turned out beautifully. This turned out really nicely, actually. So again, we start off with just a very plain, I had already marked the tiles, so just to map out how Trinsic should be laid out, and that's just the geometry of the land there. You can see a ship over here to see the scale. And then the end product is, let's see if there's a nice aerial map over here somewhere. Yeah, here I've got all the buildings already in place. The quality of the stream is, or the quality of the video is pretty crappy. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if we just look at it in small. Might be better. But then, yeah, once it's all built, again, we're walking through this. And yeah, I could go on and on about this. We also have Dagger Isle. New Yelm turned out really beautifully as well. You can see the screenshots here. And you, as well as the last one I did. I'm working on Moonglow right now for this project. And I've been working on this project for years now. Like, I'm probably on my 3rd year now. So we'll see when I get it done, and it's not public yet. So I need to make it public. Need to figure out how to set up a public server at some point and turn it that way. But the whole idea with the server is that it is not a place so much to go and play the game like it's just Worm Online game mechanics. It's not, I haven't changed the game mechanics in any way. So the main idea of the server is to, if you've ever wondered what UO could have looked like from a sort of, if it would have been a 3D game, a full 3D game with a first-person view, it's meant for that purpose. It's sort of like an amusement park to visit, to go and just like explore and adventure in, and go and see what it looks like, and that is the main idea of it, because we never really did see the Ultima Online map as a full 3D experience ever, did we? I know there has been. That's certainly, I'm certainly not the first one to do a project similar to that. I know many people have done like 3D versions of the UO map before, and some have actually done it from scratch, whereas I'm actually reusing the worm stuff there. So hold on, greater heal. So now we are at 51 inscription. Oh, thank you so much, Tenchi. Yeah, JJ. Yeah, all of those failed like 3D. All of the failed 3D clients that UO had, I was always a devout, so don't get me wrong, even though I did this like Ultima Nostalgia project, I have always been and always will be a devout 2D fan. Like, I always liked the Legacy client, always stuck to the Legacy 2D client. I love the pixels, I love the feeling of sort of precision with the pixels, moving the characters around, decorating the house. I just really like the way it is. I never wanted to play a 3D version of Ultima Online, so it really conflicts really with doing that project. The project was just started off with, this feeling of, hey, I feel I want to try and recreate some kind of game in Worm Unlimited, since you can make your own servers, you can do everything as a game master, in God mode, and you have all these tools where you can do things really, really quickly. It'd be kind of fun to recreate some world. I was considering whether I do Azeroth from World of Warcraft. Do I do what was it? gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue, the other game I was considering. And then I decided upon Ultima Online simply because it was such a good match for what you had to work with in Worm. And what was I gonna say? I forget now. Lost my track of thought there. Oh yeah. Yeah, now I remember what I was going to say. So that's why the project was started. So the project was not started because I was just obsessed with UO being a 3D version. No, not at all. And the thing that I've been pushing for in UO all of these years, and some of you have already seen this stuff, but let me just show you again, or show those who have not seen this. So back in the day, I used to be very vocal on the Stratix forums with my Safarina tag or name. And I did this like when the Kingdom Reborn client was coming out, and people were having all of those discussions about, you know, the graphics once again, and people were complaining about the 3D stuff. And since I was a devout like 2D fan, I always felt like, why didn't they just make the, you know, double the size of the pixels? And I was showing them that you could do that. So so this is the original size from Ultima Online, just a screenshot from Ultima Online. And if you were to double the size and then just polish the pixels a little bit, and you can really see that with this wooden board. So again, a screenshot from UO, and then if you were to double the size, then you would have double the amount of pixels to just refine the graphics and make them like super polished like that. So I did this pixel work to show that how beautiful the game would be if you just doubled the pixel graphics. Hold on, let me see now. And then I have like here was the nightmare, and I know many of you might have seen these images because they've been floating around. A lot of people like link this image in particular for some reason. So there's the original screenshot, and here it was like doubled, and here's the GIF animation of like the different phases. So you can see the sort of like when the size was just doubled like this, and then when I sort of polished the pixels by just drawing in all of the missing parts. Oh, you've seen that, JJ? Yeah, that was me. Here's another one with unicorn, and you can see the detail. So that's just like doubled size, and then when you pixel polish all the little details, it looks really pretty. Like imagine if the game would have looked like that, guys. Look, I mean, that would have been so nice. And then I did a full screen version as well. Oh, here's the dragon. Gotta love the Ultima Online dragon. There's the original size. Here's scaled up, and here it's pixel polished. And here's the GIF animation as well of that one. Original, scaled up, polished. But here is also the one for the... I did like a big image here with like a bigger screenshot. So the screenshot is originally this size of the game, then doubled, and then you can see it's been pixel polished. You can especially see it here on the cactus, for instance. Just the amount of detail that you get. There it is, just doubled and then polished. It looks really pretty when it's all polished. Like imagine if UO would have been that size, then we wouldn't have to deal with all those crappy like 3D clients. I never liked Kingdom Reborn. I admire the effort, and I understand that 3D graphics are much more efficient to work with, much more labor. They're much less labor intense. They're much more flexible. They're also scalable so that when resolutions, become larger in the future, uh, you know, you don't have to start remaking anything. So I fully understand that scaling up the graphics and then pixel polishing them, it would have been first of all, a huge endeavor to do. I understand that it would have needed a lot of outsourcing work to pixel polish all of those elements. But how many years has it been? Ultima Online was released in 1997, and then the majority of players are still playing, as far as I know, are still playing with the old 2D client. That's how attached they are to the 2D client. Yeah, exactly. All of these years. And if we think about all of the time and the money and the resources that have been put into all of the crappy 3D clients that were done, imagine if they would have put all that time and effort into just making high-res version of the 2D client. It would have been a huge amount of work, but still, not any more than what all of those other attempts have been, in total. So, and people love the 2D client. So, I don't know. It's a bit depressing. To be quite honest. Fine scrolls, we have 50 left, guys, and then we're going to have to move on to... Oh, no, we do not. We have hundreds still left. Hundreds. Okay, no problem. Yeah, you could be right about that, JJ. I mean, 3D was all the rage. And again, I understand how much more practical it is, admittedly. But to me, Ultima Online has always been about this sort of pixel precision. In the 3D clients, I never felt like each step was this precise one-tile step. I never felt like that decorating was precise with the little beautiful pixel-like items, And I think it's that preciseness and the sort of packaging and the polish that you see in the pixel items that have given the pixel client so much popularity. And I do understand that originally some of the stuff has been actually rendered from 3D. The characters, the animals, they were original 3D renders, which they then pixel hand polished, and it's unfortunate that the later renders that they did for those creatures were really bad. So, I mean, this, for instance, has been a 3D item that they pixel polished, but then, I mean, it's beautiful, that dragon. It's absolutely beautiful. What's going on now? Mana missile. No, we need a greater heal. It's beautiful, but then when they later introduced things like the skeletal dragon, I mean, what is going on with this thing? It's like this mangled heap of mess. This is not the way to bring 3D renders. The whole angle and everything is totally off as well. And I was so disturbed by this thing that I wanted to try and see what a skeletal dragon would look like from my own perspective. And yeah, I could go on and on about this Ultima Online art stuff. I really could. Augmented reality games are going to be huge. So, so what does that mean exactly, JJ? Augmented reality? Are you talking about games you have these mobile games where you can see like Pokemon Go, basically, that you see characters in the... Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I tried Pokemon Go. I actually even have it installed still on my phone. But I've never been a Pokemon person. I'm too old to... I sort of missed out on the whole Pokemon experience. I was obviously much... it was something my kids were into, but I wasn't into. But I did install Pokemon Go just to sort of keep up with the times. And, of course, many games have followed suit, have done similar things. We've seen it with The Walking Dead. They did something similar as well. And there have been all of these different types of mobile games where you see other players on the map, and I forget the name. Shadow Cities, wasn't there something like that? Yeah. So yeah, of course the technology is starting to be there with these types of games, but I have yet to find one that actually excites me. The Wizarding AR game. Aha, Tenshi. So what is that one called, and what is it like? What's our skill at now? 55.5. Nice progress. Considering we started off at 30 today. You haven't played it, Tenshi, I see. Do you remember the... You wouldn't happen to remember the name of it, though. Yeah, that's how I feel as well, JJ. Yeah. The tech hasn't really caught up yet for it to be like a good one. They're sort of like, what's the word? Not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like a curiosity, but it's, oh, there's a word that's just on the tip of my tongue now. I have to look on the thesaurus if I can find the word I'm looking for. What's something when it's like, it's a cute thing to have or to see, but it's not anything you can really use? Oh, I forget the name of the word now, or that what that word is called. But that's how I feel about these games so far, at least. Okay, you can buy a Bluetooth wand to go with it. It's called Magus. But you are battling monsters that appear and think they were doing some dueling. Aha. Novelty, novelty, novelty. Yes, that's the word. Thank you, Tenshi. Oh my gosh, novelty is the word. Yes, that's how I feel that those are so far. Those that they're not quite there yet. That like you try them out because you sort of want to just be, you know, stay up with the times, and but they're not like anything you would really devote a lot of time to yet. Okay, let's see. Let's make a goal for ourselves here. Let's get up to 60 inscription, and then I think I will wrap up the stream. Because I've been at this for a few hours now. Then I'm actually eager to go and continue that work. That's all I can think about is that new project that I'm working on. Oh my gosh, guys. See if there's any screenshots of this Magus on Google. Let's see. Right, so you got the little map thing going on. Wonder if there's any higher res images we could look at here. It's kind of cool that they have this Bluetooth wizard's wand, though. That's kind of cool. Although imagine like walking out in public with this wand in your hand and like and then waving it around. I don't know if I'd have the nerve to do that, to be honest. Hey there, Tarsiar. Fascination is another word. Yeah. It's a good one as well. But novelty really, that really hit the nail on the head on what I was going for. You know what I'm waiting for, guys? I am waiting like so eagerly for the day when VR, when you can put on like a VR headset that works perfectly, doesn't make you dizzy, has high resolution, feels like super realistic, and is not big and clunky. And when that day when we can go into, virtual worlds where the 3D is like so realistic that you really cannot tell, like even in movies and games, you can still tell it's 3D. Although it's getting very close now. It's getting very close to not being able to tell them apart. But imagine that day, guys. Like, do you think that maybe it's going to be, I don't know, within 10 years, maybe? That we'll get to a point where we can actually really feel like we're in that world with a headset. JJ, you won a holodeck from Star Trek. And Tenchi, you asked Richard Garrett if he could create the Oasis. So what do you mean by the Oasis? Ah, yeah. Yeah, I did see that movie. That was a pretty cool movie, I have to say. I did enjoy the 80s references there. Yeah. Yeah, it was a great movie. It was. So have you guys gotten yourself like a VR headset yet? I have not. I've tried them. And then I've talked a lot with people who do have them. But I have not bought one yet just because, first of all, they're not quite there yet. They're still very expensive. They're still pretty clunky. The resolutions were still pretty crappy in the recent years. So I'm not ready yet. But I'm hopefully in the next few years. Yeah, they do cost a lot, don't they? And Tenchi, you had a HTC Vive. I've heard a lot of good things about the Vive. I have. And you really liked it. So when you said you had, so you don't have any more? Then you moved to a tiny place and sold every... Ah, I see. Hello, Potty Mouth. Nice to see you again. How are you doing tonight? So, have we, again, this is the thing, a usability issue, guys, that the animation does not stop. Like, it would really help if the, from the sort of usability perspective, if the character did stop the animation once they've stopped doing the thing. Because otherwise you might be just watching a movie on the side or something, and you don't even notice that they've run out. I guess, of course, the developers probably don't want us to be multitasking, but hey, then it's time for a reality check, because who's going to just stare at a character, doing Inscription for hours on end? So, I mean, this is a stream, of course, but if I were to just be alone, like let's say I was just playing offline, like off stream, I would definitely be watching a movie or something on the side. I would not just be staring at her like doing these scrolls, right? So it's a usability issue that she doesn't stop the animations like once she's finished. That's quite annoying. Quite annoying. So what do we need now? We need some more of these fine scrolls. Now I'm so glad that I hauled all these scrolls back from my hunting trips. Greater scroll. Hey there, Flame Hazix. Welcome to the stream. So you did a VR escape room, and it was really cool, and it felt pretty real, as if you were in a video game. But you did wear some goggles, which were a little heavy, and wore some sort of portable desktop on your back for that GPU power. It has the room tracking, so you can walk around. Yeah, that's what I'm also looking forward to, actually, Tenchi, is that we get to a point, because of course, our gaming lifestyle, it's very what's the word, sedentary? I forget now how you say that. But we're just sitting in place, so it's not healthy for us. So I would really like to get to a point where we can play our video games, but then move around somehow, like imagine exploring a forest and just walking through a forest, and then you would actually walk like in real life, or swing a sword to bash a monster, and you could do that in real life and be completely immersed. And of course, we've had the different technologies with the Wii, and then the Xbox Kinect. I have a Kinect and a Wii, actually, but I never really got into, again, they were kind of novelties, to be quite honest. But they never really made me feel passionate. I would much rather feel completely immersed with, the future of what VR has to offer. And then I would feel it worth my while to actually get up from my seat and walk around while I'm gaming. Oh, you get, it messes with your balance, JJ. Yeah, they need to, of course, improve those, like everything that's like affecting our bodies as well, and our minds when we're playing those. So what do we have now? Inscription 59, and a few more skill points. 59.4, 6 more to go, and then I will wrap up the stream once she hits 60. And Flame, you were saying that you did this with 2 other people. You were all in this virtual room, and you could physically walk around the room. It had padded mats and walls to keep you safe. That's cool. Yeah, I have not experienced that yet. I know there's these types of rooms in different places. I know there are some places like that you can go to here in Finland as well. Yeah, I have not tried that yet. 59.7. So pretty good progress. We have, not only did we get Alchemy, start off with our Alchemy, but we've gotten our Inscription doubled in a few hours, which is not bad. And it is nice that I had all of these materials already. 59.9. And 60. We have hit 60, guys. And Flame, you remember one part of the escape room was making potions with various ingredients in the room. And you had to interact with a bowl and flasks. Then you had to drink them, which caused a special effect, and it was a correct recipe. Else your avatar would vomit. That sounds cool. Yeah, one of these days I'll try one of those places. Haven't gotten around to going to one of them yet. But yeah, this is the perfect time now to wrap up, guys. So I'm going to thank you so much for hanging out with me today, keeping me company, having nice chats. Thank you so much for the follow, Sunny D. And yeah, I will talk to you all soon again. And I hope you all have a great night.